Oh, darling. Hello, darling. How are you, darling? Come on in. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Unless, of course, you're into that type of thing. Oh, darling, you dog, you. I do want to thank you all for being here this evening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, darling, and I don't take that for granted, darling. Can everybody hear me okay? Everybody, come on in. I'm so sorry I'm a few minutes late. Oh, please forgive me, darling. Come on in, come on in. Don't be shy. We have a very good show today, darling. Be a doll, would you? Subscribe to the channel. Be a doll, would you? And like the video, okay? Be a doll with you. Be a doll for me, darling. I had some links I had to get sent because I want to show some things for today's live stream. I had a few people asking me what happened to the last live stream, and I used a clip of a podcast with Amber Rose in it, and it looks like from me using that podcast clip, it looks like they copyrighted the video and partially blocked the video in many different places. And I'm not playing with YouTube no more. And I was talking about this in the Patreon earlier about the game YouTube will play. Okay. And the game YouTube plays is they will run ads on your video when you're doing a live stream or uploaded content. They will run ads until thousands of people see the ads. They get paid once people see it. Once people see the advertisement, we cannot go in there and have you unsee anything. So YouTube will allow it to be monetized, have several thousand people watch your video, then come forward after they've already got paid for the impressions, after they've already been able to go back to their customers and say, look how many people saw your ad, then tell you that they're not going to pay you. Okay. They'll that's the new game that they play. They'll say eligible for monetization. You say cool. You run with the content. Then after 1,000 people have seen the video, they'll be like, not qualified, ineligible. So ain't nobody playing with YouTube. They're cracking down on profanity. So I have already been on a journey to not cuss so much, only because it offends you all. Me, I don't care. English is not my language. English is not any of our language. I don't care about the English language. I will use any word in it. No one can tell me this means that it's a bad word. I don't care. You can find someone else to police a language that's not theirs. It won't be me. So I've never cared. I'm from Florida. If you're from Florida, you know our culture there is a cussing culture. Like we say big. It's not like bitch, like big. Like that's just what we do, especially Florida girls. So I've never cared about it. However, I know I have a lot of religious people on here and some of y'all kids be listening. So for y'all's sake or whatever, I try not to cuss, but just know I don't care. I will cuss. I don't care about that. But YouTube is not playing with that cussing. So we're going to work on that expeditiously. I saw a video. I'm gonna tell you what started the inspiration that I knew I had to do this live stream. I saw a girl on TikTok, white girl on TikTok, and I don't know her situation of why she's not with the father of her child. Neither do I need to know. But she was like, I'm gonna show you the video. But anyway, women acting as though like single motherhood is this like walk in the park and super easy and so beautiful, as I've seen them call it. I want to do a live stream to talk about what it really looks like. Me, honey, I'm almost in the clear. Okay. My child, for those of you who may or may not know, I am a mother. I do have one child. And a part of me for a very long time had full intentions on having more children. But as of recently, I've realized that the world is a little weird. Okay. I've realized that raising kids 10, 20 years ago is totally different raising kids present day. There's a lot of influence with social media. other children. And I really feel as though raising kids these days is like Russian roulette, because there is so much power of influence with your children. And as we will discuss in this stream, I think more and more women need to accept that when you have a child, it is your child at the end of the day, married or single. There is a very different bond that women have with their children than men. And we're going to break all that down today. I am a one-time mother. Will not be doing that anymore unless my husband, bumps his head and decides he wants to have a child. Okay. If he bumped his head and decide, I would be obligated, of course, to do that. But as long as me or him, are cool with not doing it, I don't want to do it. Okay. I'm almost in the clear. My child is almost grown. I raised a boy into a man. Thank God, by the grace of God, my kid is amazing. And I don't even know how this happened. Okay. Sometimes he's just so incredible. And I just be like, wow, I literally made this up as I went. How the hell did I manage to raise this dope kid? Like, wow. And sometimes I'd be like, I don't even know how I did it. I just knew that I needed to focus on the love. And that was my parenting style. It's just as much love as possible. And I just loved on my child until I could not love on him anymore. And I think that's what saved us and made him turn out very well, considering our circumstance. So I'm going to go into how I became a single mother. I'm going to talk about what it really looks like. Some people wonder why I don't talk about it more often. The reason why I don't talk about it more often is because I am currently flourishing. I look good. I'm flourishing. I'm living my dream life. I'm working, doing what my passion in life is. And I know that all the ways that I'm flourishing right now is in spite of being a single mom. So I do not want to promote that I happen to be flourishing despite raising a child on my own. I don't like to promote that, because then for a lot of women, that's all they'll hear. And then before I know it, I don't inspired younger women to feel like, oh, well, Sixthegoddis said that she's just fine. She looked good. So what's the big deal? No, that's why I don't like talking about it. Okay. And I want to go ahead and be honest with you guys about the real. You see a lot of single mothers online taking their Christmas photos with their kids, looking good, like that's all great. They don't tell you the other side about it. So I'm gonna be the one to go ahead and let you all know. Now, real quick, what I'm going to do is, it's hot in here. Okay. I have some food on the stove. Between my stove on, these lamps, I'm hot. I'm just going to turn on my fan real quick, and then we're going to get in today's stream. This weather is so bipolar. I never know what to expect, but it's hot. Woo! Okay. Ooh, child, I'm so sorry, but baby, I had to put on a little AC, a little fan. How did it get hot? Global warming is definitely a real thing. You know what else is a real thing? Is our health and our well-being. So unless you've been living under a rock, then you know that I have been juicing. I absolutely love it. Juicing has 100% changed my life. Transparent moment. I am not that girl that enjoys eating cold fruit and raw salads. I'm not. Okay. Arrest me. Shoot me. I don't like it. I like hot cooked food. It is what it is. And I had to learn about myself. Though I don't like to eat them, I will drink them. We're at the beginning of the year. This is the time to get your fitness goals in order. Summer bodies are built in the winter. While it's cold outside, while there's not much going on, this is your time to start detoxing from all them Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's low vibrational plates. Y'all on New Year's, y'all eating them black-eyed peas with hog maws and pigtails in it. Yes, you. Okay. I'm not blaming nobody, but some of y'all eating them black-eyed peas with them hog maws in it. Okay, so it's time to go ahead and detox all the low vibrational food out your system to be able to start fresh, to get in line with your fitness goals for this year. Alpha Juice Company, for those of you who still don't know, I only promote Black-owned businesses. Alpha Juice is Black-owned. It is also owned by a super dope married couple. So when you support Alpha Juice, you are supporting Black people, Black love, Black marriage. Hello, somebody take my money. If you get a cleansing system worth $100 or more, use my code SIXGOD10 to get $10 off your order. And if you get a detox bundle of $225 or more, use my code SIXGOD25 for $25 off your purchase for your cleanse. And as always, you can use my code SIXGOD for $5 off any order. Okay, I even love that Alpha Juice gives us a straw. It's like a recyclable straw. I love Alpha Juice. I love when I see people drinking it and they're like, "Six, this stuff is fire." And I'm like, y'all be thinking I just say that. No, I would not promote it if it was nasty. It is absolutely delicious. This is Georgia Peach, one of my favorite flavors, honey. Ooh. More delicioso. So ladies, what do you think of today's look? Okay. So I did this. Make sure y'all can see. What do y'all think of today's look? Can y'all see? Oh, there we go. A little more light. There we go. Honey, period. Okay. Y'all see this makeup look? Did this makeup look live today on my Patreon? Ladies, if you're not in my Patreon, why are you not? So many Black women do not have safe spaces where they can be like, "Hey, I don't hate Black men. I actually want one. Hey, I do want to be married. Hey, I do want to be in shape. I do want to look good." Not many women have safe spaces where they can say that and get support from other women. Okay, here in the Patreon, we have a tribe of women where every day we are striving to be our best selves. We are looking to find solutions, beauty tips, fitness tips. We share information. What I love about the Patreon is there ain't no haters in the Patreon. The women in the Patreon, if they find a good product, a good workout, they will share it. There is no gatekeeping. When I get ready for my show on the Patreon, you see my entire makeup routine from start to finish. Okay, I don't fast forward through and cap on my looks. You see me complete the entire look and you'll see everything that I use. All right. We have movie nights where we study different TV shows and film to learn about relationships, womanhood all around the globe. All right. Movie nights are a key. We have so much fun. It's on Zoom. There's a chat during the movie night. Everyone can participate. We have discussions. We have the group chat. We have monthly meetups. We just had a meetup a few weeks ago and we went out to brunch. We went out and we watched the fight. Parlaying, mingling in our communities is one thing to talk about, mingling, and building relationships and having a good time online. And it's another thing to get there in the fields and do it in real life. Okay, honey, period. And the Patreoners already know when you rolling with me, what that means, honey. We be in there doing what we need to do, baby. So join the Patreon, okay? If you're tired of being mean and ugly, complaining and capping, come to death row, okay? We over here winning, honey. We look good over here, honey. Patreon.com/SIXTheGoddess. It should be in the description. Join the Patreon. Come on, it's very inexpensive. What are you doing? So now that we got all that out the way, let's go ahead. When I put my glasses on, y'all know that means I mean business, okay? Patreoners, check in. Who is in here? Patreoners, what are y'all doing? Hello. Where the Patreoners at? So I'm first going to show you all the video that I saw where I just rolled my eyes and I said, you know what? This very much goes into kind of what I talked about, I think in my last video, the video before that about pick-me's. And I said, you know what I realized? I realized that women set other women up for failure in order to not have as much competition. Misery loves company. First of all, mute. Let's first of all, okay, before anything else, we're going to hit the mute button. And I realized that what women do is misery loves company. So a lot of women, they will give false hope to other women because they want someone to be miserable with them. And that a lot of women will also give you bad information because then that is less competition for them to go after the man that they tell you should not desire the male gaze for. I also saw that one of you hoes left a stupid comment on my post that I made about how a YouTuber falsely quoted me, and this dumb whore was on there, and she was like, not the very man you claim you love now trying you, when the pick me gets picked on. And I just want to say for a second that I apologize. Okay. Because I think I may have misled some of you ladies. Okay. It seems that a lot of you hosts tend to think that I encourage you to not be fat. Some of you think that I encourage you to have enough love for yourself to wear your real hair and still feel beautiful. A lot of you all think that because I tell you, you probably should not throw your entire race of men away, and you should probably instead focus on the brother that's really rocking with you. And stop trying to control all men. You'll never be able to do that. And instead, worry about nurturing and loving on the man that feels that way about you, and that you'll be happier that way. I just want to take a minute to apologize that I led you all to believe that when you put in that work to be your best self and to look good. You guys, I'm 33 years old, honey. I'm still the same size I was in high school, just a little bit more booty and a little bit more thighs, honey. I have maintained my figure, maintained my health through the decades, honey. Okay, it's one thing when you find at 18, but baby, when I look at that 10-year anniversary, that 10-year high school graduation anniversary gonna tell a lie. Okay, honey. And I'm one of the few women that, baby, I still look recognizable from back then. I'm here to just share how I do it. Okay, I try to help y'all on why you're addicted to food. Okay, why you being fat is a problem, how it makes us as Black women lose our leverage, how it affects our ability to be protected, to be married, to be taken seriously. And some of you all think that I have this message because once you get in shape and look pretty and wear your real hair, that suddenly everyone's going to want to be your friend. Men are going to throw rose petals at your feet. You're going to be the most popular girl on campus. I am so sorry if I led you to believe that. I know that a lot of you hoes are very masculine and controlling, and everything that you do is never for yourself. You're very manipulative, and everything you do is to guarantee a certain reaction from other people. And a lot of you all feel some type of way when, if my life is not perfect, y'all are like, see, that's why we don't have to worry about not being fat as hell, because your life is not perfect and men still do this and that to you. The reality is, the better you become with yourself as a woman, okay, the more self-assured you are, the more in your feminine energy you are, it's actually the more that other women will dislike you. It's actually the more that a lot of men will dislike you, because men like women they can control. Men like women that they can affect the way that they feel about themselves, okay? When you are a confident woman in her femininity, you're not competing with men. You're in your own lane. You're flourishing. You're minding your business. A lot of men will be mean to you because they know that no matter what they say or do to you, you still look good. You're still in your feminine energy and you're still tapping into your womanhood. That actually makes them attack you more. The more attractive you are as a woman, the more it makes men feel like they want to humble you, feel like they don't want to give you attention, don't want to say your name, don't want to give you your props, because men do not like attractive women that they don't have any power over or access to, period. So in all actuality, that's the real reason why a lot of you subconsciously are scared to be the best version of yourself, because you're afraid of the backlash that come with it. Then y'all want to get on my post and project on me that the minute my life is not fluffy fairy tales, that there is no point in listening to my message because you still cannot control people. A lot of women, y'all will be more happy when you let go of control. Let go of trying to police everyone, control everybody, worry about yourself. That's the only thing you have control over. So I just wanted to apologize to a lot of you hoes because I'm tired of y'all. The minute one thing in my life go left, y'all be like, see, it's so lame, okay? If y'all want to sit over there and have every decision you make in your life be based upon guaranteeing a result from someone else, go ahead. But that's why a lot of y'all miserable and look tired now, because you're stressed out. Okay. All right. Yeah, we got that out the way. So let me show you all this video. I saw this video and I said, you know what? See, this right here is a problem. This right here is why so many women think that it's just not that big a deal to be a single mom. Okay. I turned off the music, but she dancing to some kind of song. How is being a single mom going for you? Look, she dancing, the baby dancing. Why would you make this video? Okay. Why would you do this? I also think it's so funny how white supremacy has been out here trying to encourage the disassembling of families and single motherhood. And I think it's so funny how they did that just to hurt us. But then so many white women started getting caught in the crossfire. Now you have this uptick in white single moms. Hilarious. I'm sorry. So funny. Well, that didn't work out very well. So that is a big problem, is that this is what it looks like. So let me go ahead and tell you guys what ends up happening here. Okay. Now there are some women where they do get married before they have children. And there are some women that get married to great men who fully play their role and play their part in fathering their children. And we 100% love that for them. Okay. We stand a brother who does not look at doing for his children as helping the mom, but looks at doing for his children as a 50-50 responsibility to an extent. Even though it will never really be 50-50, there will always be more responsibility on the mother. I have so much love and appreciation for men that try their very best to truly pull their weight in raising children. I love that for you ladies that have that. I've been counseling women, mothers, and people in relationships for a few years now. And by doing work in the field and actually talking to people, what I will say is this: if you have 10 couples that have children, you may have three out of those couples that have a 100% active father of their children that does his part without being told, policed, forced. You may have 3 out of 10 couples or 3 out of 10 parents, I should say, where, whether they're together or not, where the father is doing their job. We are definitely upside down in a society. I don't know where we got to this place that kids should go with their mom. Kids are supposed to go with their dad. Okay. If you're married and you have children and you separate, the kids are supposed to go with their father. Before I start this conversation, let me just go ahead and say more of y'all need to give them kids to their daddy. Hey, Crimson Cure. Hey, sis. Thank you so much for the super chat, y'all. I love Crimson Cure. Hi, sis. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, I love that for me. Not Crimson Cure in here. I love this. Hey, we just love Crimson Cure here. Hey, girl. Hey. So let me first start out by saying that if you're married and you decide you want to break your family apart and you want to separate in your marriage, please give the kids to their dad. Please. For the love of God. Okay? Why are we so upside down? Once you have a child, that child belongs to that man. Okay? I don't know who it was that remixed this. And so many women were so slow that they thought they was going to have kids with their husband, then decide that they had irreconcilable differences, then decide that they weren't happy, and then thought that they were punishing the man by taking the kids with them. Not smart. or the women where that man been cheating the whole time you was dating, but then you still married him thinking he was going to stop cheating, but then he didn't. So then you stay married for years, then you have 3-4 children with him, then you decide that you can't take it no more and you can't take his cheating, so then you want to break up. So to punish him from cheating, you pack your stuff and take your kids and move out of his house to leave him with a bachelor pad to sleep with hella females in, like you proved the point to him. So let me start out by saying, give the kids to their dad. Okay. Period. As long as that man, as long as you know he will not hurt those children, give the kids to their dad. Okay. We got to stop this. If people are not together raising children, that they're supposed to go with their mom. Okay. We talked about this in the Patreon. I'm sorry, get them kids to their father. End of story. All right. And that's just that. So let me first speak on my personal situation and how I became a single mother. So I became a single mother by, first of all, being very young and impressionable. For those of you who don't know, my mother was very sick for a long time. My mom was sick for about 10 years. Towards the latter part in her life, as her firstborn daughter, our relationship was very different. Okay. We had a very symbiotic relationship. I could feel everything she was feeling. If she was sick, I felt sick. If she was healthy, I felt healthy. If she was depressed, I felt depressed. When she started to decline, where it got to that place where we knew she wasn't going to make it, I felt it in my spirit. I was like, she's not going to live that much longer. I believe, looking back, let me first of all make it very clear. My mother raised me to know better. Okay. My mother comes from that generation of women where my grandmother was a very traditional woman, very feminine woman, was married to my grandfather. The only man she had ever been with, took care of my grandfather until the day he passed away. And she said that my grandfather, his name is Nathaniel Nelson, out of Black Horse, Pennsylvania. For those of you who don't know, that was a very prominent Black and Italian area of town. My grandfather is a very strong foundational Black American man that contributed to a lot of the structures you see in Black Horse, Pennsylvania right now, which is a suburb of Philadelphia, maybe about 30-40 minutes outside the city. So I'm very proud of my FBA roots. On my mother's side, my grandfather is a major contributor to the structures there. And my grandmother said, my grandfather built my grandmother a house and then married her in that house. Matter of fact, I got the picture. I wish I had it. I could show you guys. And for those of you who don't know, I am my grandmother's twin. You hear me? Me and my grandmother are twins. My grandmother is tall. We look just alike. My grandmother was the GOAT. Now, what happened was people like my mother, it was 4 of them. My mother grew up with her mom and dad, same home, traditional relationship. Marriage is not pretty all the time. And what happened with women like my mother is, I believe that they held on to the non-beautiful parts of the marriage and internalized that. And I think it made women like my mom feel afraid almost to commit to a man and stick by him. My grandfather was not perfect. He definitely had his issues, but my grandmother stood by him regardless. I think this scared my mother, and I think it made her want to be more free and, not want to be stuck how my grandmother was stuck. However, my grandfather took very good care of my grandmother when he passed away, had set her up. My grandmother never remarried, never got one other man. My grandmother said that my grandfather was such a good man and did so much for her that giving herself to any other man would be selling herself short, honey. Okay, so she was by my grandfather's bedside to the day she died, honey, period. Okay, that's how you do it. How many Black folks got their granddaddy last name? Me, I do. Okay, honey, period. My grandma was the GOAT. So my mother, I think that scared her. I think that she didn't want to kind of, fall into that same trap in a way, even though I would much rather, have my story be like my grandmother's than my mom's. I just want to make it clear. My mother raised me right. I was raised Jehovah's Witness. I 100% was raised that no sex before marriage, no children out of wedlock, 100%. Me becoming a single mom was not due to my mother not doing her job, not teaching me right. That's not the case at all. I believe that what it was is, since me and my mother were so symbiotic, I believe that I could feel her slipping away. And I think it caused me to go into this fear-based scarcity mindset of, oh my God, like, I'm not going to have any family who's going to take care of me. Me and my father were estranged at the time. So I had no relationship with him. My mother's side of the family is a lot of biracial people. Like, I don't have any fully Black cousins. Me and my younger brother are the only 100% human and 100% Black children left in my family. Okay. My uncle had all his kids with white women. And so I was never close with my mom's side of the family. It's all these mixed people that look white passing. You know, they are Karens. Like, my cousins are Karens. They are like mixed Karens. We do not get along. They think everything is about them. So there was no like relationship on the people on my mother's side. Did not know my dad. My mom was my only lifeline. So when I reflect back on what on earth possessed me to become a single mom, I think it was definitely survival mode scarcity. I think I was so young, and my son's father, you know, was a very good man, took care of me, made sure I got to school, stood by me. And looking back, I think I was looking to secure, you know, that, I wanted to get that almost like safety, like that security of a family. So that is how I believe I was able to do that, because my son was not a mistake. My son's father asked me to have him, and I said, yeah. But I told y'all before, nobody is more in love than a young girl that's not married. Okay. No one's more in love than a young unmarried girl. Okay. No one could tell me that I was not going to be with that man for the rest of my life, honey. I was madly in love with that man. Do you hear me? Okay. If he said jump, I would be like, how high? No one could have convinced me that I was not going to be with that man forever. So, you know, when I had him, this is why I tell women, if you're not married, I don't care how much you love him. I don't care how much you love him. If he ain't your husband, he ain't yours. Period. There ain't no such thing as a boyfriend. There's no such thing as we go together. There's no such thing. Okay? If that's not your husband, that is not yours. End of story. I don't care how much you love him. I don't care what you are gonna, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Not your husband. He not yours. You single. The end. All right? So I think in my heart, I believe we're going to be together. We're going to be together. Not knowing, honey, what, as your boyfriend? That don't mean nothing. What the fuck is a boyfriend? Ooh, I cussed. Oops. But what is a boyfriend? Okay. Young women, do not get caught up in you love this man. Okay. I grew up in a Disney era where I was taught that everything was about love. Now I know love is actually at the bottom of the list on what is important in relationships and co-parenting with someone. Love comes with everything else. When you have the respect, when you're on the same page, when you have the same goals, that is the most important. Okay. When you're with someone where y'all rocking together, y'all are comprehending one another, you're communicating one another, you're going to love them, period. But when you start with the love and then try to make everything else forced, be forced after that, that's not how it works. All right. As a young girl, did I understand that? No. Okay. So how I became a single mom is, I was head over heels, madly in love. And my son's father said he wanted to have a baby with me. He said he wanted me to have his baby. And I said, okay. That's how I became a single mom. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't like, oh, my bad. Nope. Had him on purpose. And guess what? It only took us one try. Because after that, I was like, I'm kind of scared. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Honey, I was already pregnant. You hear me? Already pregnant. One shot, one time. Fertile Myrtle. So I got pregnant, and when I got pregnant, my son's father got us a place to stay, was taking care of everything. He was paying the bills, going to work, great. Then this is where it goes left. Okay, this is when it could have went pretty well, but this is where it got weird. I give birth to my son. 3 months later is when my mom dies. Okay. Now, my next advice I give to young girls is to be very, very careful. Be very careful with ever allowing people to know that you don't have a support system. This is why Black women are slow when you get online and throw your men away, because what you do is you signal to the rest of the world that you are not covered. And then it makes it open season on you. Okay. When my mom died, what happened is that I lost my covering, the only form of a covering that I had. Because when my mother was still alive, you know, my son's paternal grandmother, you know, aunties, everyone never tried me to a certain extent because they knew I had a support system. Being an 18-year-old girl with a baby with nobody covering me, at the mercy of a man that I am not married to and his prostitute mother, bad idea. Okay? It was like, and they could do whatever they want to do to me, and who was going to stop them? My father was not there. My mother was dead. My half Caucasoid Neanderthal Karen cousins were somewhere carrying. Okay. My alcoholic uncle, my narcissistic raging uncle. God, who the hell was coming to save me? Had my son 3 months later, and my mom died. 4 months later, I was so naive as to believe that my son's paternal grandmother wanted us to move to Georgia so that she could help us with the baby. I found out later this was actually a tactic to kind of get me away from everyone and definitely isolate me. So then definitely it was open season on me. Moved to Georgia, stayed in Georgia about 3 months. And then me and my son's father got into a big fight that I will not go into too much detail about. But let's just say that I quickly realized that if I did not get up out of there, and I might not, you know, be here much longer. So I knew that I had to skedaddle. Okay. So I remember the day I left, I called one of my mom's friends. I called whoever I could to ask them to send me some money so I could get the hell up out of there. Okay. No one sent me no money because they was like, girl, you had that baby. That's on you. Figure it out. Dang, cold world. But I'm glad they did that. Looking back, I'm glad everybody left me for dead because it turned me into a woman for real. So then I remember my mom's best friend, her name Monica, sent me like $50. And that's when it was Western Union. And so I remember going to Western Union, getting the $50, putting it in my gas tank. That's back when gas was a little bit more cheap. And I just started driving to Florida. I made a pit stop in Tallahassee, and I went to see my best friend and her dad at the time. I got there, they fed me, put me up for a few days, and then I continued on my trek back down to Central Florida. Once I got to Central Florida, I want to say maybe 2 weeks later, my son had fallen sick. By this time, my son was 7 months old by now. So he had fallen sick and he had a fever, and the fever was like 98, 99. It was like on that border where it was like kind of high, but not high enough to like take him to the ER. but it also wasn't low enough to like not do anything. And so I remember I called my son's father, and I was like, because I didn't have no job, I didn't have nothing. And so I remember I called my son's father, and this is when I realized that men take care of their kids based upon how they feel about the mom. Okay. This is when I learned this the hard way. Okay. And I called him, and I was like, I need $20 for some Tylenol because your son got a fever. And I took my son with me because I wanted him to be safe, and I was breastfeeding at the time. And he told me that since I wanted to be single, that I could also be a single mother. Okay. Then he said that I better tell my new man to do it, even though I did not have a man. Please tell me that I should tell my new man to do it, and refused to send me the money. And I had to take Elijah to the ER and sit in there for hours just for them to give him some Tylenol and charge me hundreds of dollars for some Tylenol. But luckily I had Medicaid. Yeah. Ooh, the ghetto child. So welcome to what single motherhood really looks like, ladies. Y'all ready for the rest of the story? Oh, it gets worse. Oh, it gets so much worse. Stay tuned. So, the next day, okay, honey, child support office. At that time, I was in Lake County, and the child support office was in Leesburg, I want to say. Was it in Leesburg? I think it was in It was either in Leesburg or Tiberias in Lake County, Florida. Honey, that child support office opened at 8 a.m. Honey, I was at child support at 7:55, waiting at the door, baby. Okay, I did not stop, not go past go, baby. I'm not arguing with nobody. If I gotta beg you for $20 for Tylenol to save your child's life, honey, child support, period. Okay, nope, not doing it. I'm not going back and forth, baby. I've never put somebody on child support so fast in my life. Honey, I was in there with them child support paperwork with my pen. Right, honey, when I say, baby, I probably have the record for the fastest child support application, honey. Baby, I did not hesitate, honey. Baby, that had to be all that paperwork, honey. I got through it. Honey, I have never seen somebody put on child support so fast. Honey, I provided them photos, dates, addresses, phone numbers, social security numbers, honey. I was not bullshitting. Okay? Nope, not gonna happen. All right? So a lot of men, when they complain about child support, honey, a lot of them, they actually brought it on themselves. I did not want him to be on child support. I want to be able to, work this out between each other. Well, baby, when I had to beg for some Tylenol, honey, that was, well, that'll do it. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. So after we separate, there was this girl that I went to high school with that I could not stand. Okay. I could not stand her. She could not stand me. I think she autistic because she weird. Like when I really think about it, nobody liked that girl. That girl was starting crap with everybody. Okay. She was like the school hoe. She just was that girl that just try everybody. I think everybody know that girl in high school. She try everybody. She try everybody boyfriend. She two-faced everybody. She was just a messy Betty, the worst human being I've ever seen in my life. Honey, don't you know the worst thing ever could have happened, child? Ooh. So there was this area in Sanford, Florida, called Wind Chase. It's like apartments. If you from Sanford, you know what Wind Chase is. Everybody don't stay in Wind Chase at some point in their life. If you are from Sanford, Florida, you know Wind Chase. So she was a Wind Chase hoe. So she would walk around Wind Chase looking for peen. And God, why me? Why me? Guess who she runs into? Oh, this is what changed everyone's life. This moment right here. My baby daddy. Oh, why? Anyone but this. Oh, so me and my baby daddy had been broke up for less than a month. Okay, that man had just lost his whole family. It's a lot of emotions flying going on. And he runs into the wind chase hoe, my arch enemy from high school. So she finds out that that is my baby daddy. My baby daddy finds out that I don't like her. She don't like me. So this was the perfect recipe for them to get together to spite me. Okay. And we all know relationships that start out of spite always end up very hellish. Okay. So I've been told y'all, women, their main concern is I don't want this other woman to be liked more than me, or I don't want this other woman to have more than me. I will continue to stick by the fact that women do not care about monogamy. A man can cheat, have an outside baby, do X, Y, Z. A woman will still want to be with him. A man can have a whole wife and kids. A woman will be his side chick and still want to marry him. Men do not do that. Okay. If a woman is married or has a man and that man sees that she's cheating with him, 90% of men are not going to wife her up. Okay. Most men are not going to another man's wife like, I'm going to marry her. They're not doing that. Most men, you sleeping with him while you got a husband and while you in a relationship, they're going to see that. They're not going to want to actually be with you because they see you cannot be monogamous. Men care about monogamy. Women do not. Women will know a man got a whole wife, kids, and will be right there lined up to be the next one to be with him. What women care about is making sure the other woman is not liked more or has more access to resources than she does. That's what really sends women. So what does she do as a typical ain't shit ass woman, which 80% of women are? She decides, well, Six got a baby with him. Okay. I better get a baby from him too. Okay. Now, even after all this mess, when he got with her, I still was attempting to co-parent. I was like, I want to co-parent. I don't want to raise this child by myself. I want him to have a part in it. Okay. Ladies, single motherhood looks like you cannot control the woman that he is going to get with after you. And God help you if it's an ain't shit bitch. And since so many bitches ain't shit, there is a high probability she will be an ain't shit bitch. Okay. One day I was over my baby daddy house trying to drop off my son, trying to co-parent. And, you know, women will get with a man before the man has really healed. What the hell? Oh. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Matu. Thank you. So, one day I go over there trying to drop my son off, calling ourselves co-parenting. Okay. Honey, I went in an apartment to drop my son off. Baby, do you know that when I came back outside, my car was completely keyed? The word BITCH was keyed in the front of my car. All four doors going all around the car, completely keyed. Women will have a man that's been single for a week or two, had children with the woman and everything, and then want to get with him in 2 weeks and then spend their entire relationship being insecure about the ex. Okay. Why not get with a man after he's been single for some time and has had time to heal? Okay. And then you can go be with him. Why would you try to build a relationship with a man who's been single for 2 business days, then be insecure? Now you see me over there trying to have a father for my child, trying to co-parent, and you're so fragile. And because you know I'm that girl, honey, period, that you keep my car. sorry for being at my own baby daddy house with our own kid. The nerve of me. So once again, I learned from so young that bitches ain't shit. I have seen the worst of hoes. Okay? That's why I look at women different. Because I know the truth about a lot of y'all. Okay? So then she cursed my dead mom. Okay? Called my phone, blocked, private. Oh, that's why your mama died, B. Yeah. And so even after all of that, me desperately trying to have my son's father in his life, me being desperate to co-parent, even after all that, I am still clawing at the co-parenting concept, like, let's try this one more time. So with my last bit of strength, I still was trying to set up a schedule that we could co-parent this child. Lord. So I say, hey, I got the car. I got the driver's license. I will keep him during the weekday because he got to get the daycare, all that good stuff. And you can get him on the weekends. Okay, cool. Also keep in mind he was breastfeeding. Okay. And keep in mind, the only reason why I did not allow my son to live with him is for safety reasons and because there's a woman in that house that hates my guts. Okay? So him living with him was not an option. Okay? So, where was I at? So I try again for us to co-parent, and then the girlfriend decides that she just cannot handle me being around. Okay, because I will admit I am petty. So I was the baby mama where when I come drop off the baby, I'm looking good. I'm just gonna be real. Okay. Yeah, it was a little petty, bitch. I'm not going to see my baby daddy looking a mess. Okay. So I would go drop my son off looking cute. So I would go in there like, just coming to drop off your baby. So she would be over there like, so you know what she does? Woo, honey, this is the reality of single parenting. You know what she does? She kidnaps my son. Okay, I'm about to tell y'all a funny story. I got a funny story I'm about to tell y'all. And I have not made any of it. This is my real life. I'm telling y'all what really being a single mom looks like. And I have to preface this so that when I tell y'all the rest of this, you understand what I'm talking about. Okay? So then she decides to come up with a plan with my baby daddy to kidnap my son, a breastfeeding infant from his mother. What the hell wrong with you? Okay, bitch ain't shit, man. So my baby daddy was like, oh, yeah, come drop him off. So, honey, I go drop him off. I'm like, okay. Oh, wait, let me go back. That's what I want to tell y'all. So I told him, hey, you get him on the weekend, I get him on the weekday. Cool. My baby daddy then tells me, it's so hard to even say this because it's so unbelievable. When I think back, I'm like, this is unbelievable. My baby daddy told me, I literally cannot. He proceeded to tell me that he's not going to keep him on the weekends so that I can't go out to be with another man. He's like, I'm not keeping on the weekends so you can go out and be with dudes. So then he would never show up on the weekends to get him. Because he felt like if he didn't come get him, I couldn't see anyone else. So then I ended up meeting a guy. Okay. And I'm sorry, sir. I am putting your business out. Will, if you see this, I love you. I ain't being disrespectful, but I'm just trying to show women what it's like when you're trying to date after you become a baby mama. So I was dating a boy. His name was Will McCullough. Okay. Will was such a good guy. All right. To this day, that man is married happily with 3 kids and his own business with a very happy wife. Okay. Me and Will like each other. Will one day tried to come to my house. Okay. He was trying to help me out with my son. Y'all. A part of me knew to be careful, a part of me knew. But I think I was kind of gaslighting myself to think the situation was not as bad as it was. So I met Will, really incredible guy. I wanted to date him. We started hitting it off. He wanted to help me with Elijah. And one day he came over. It was me, him, my son, and my homegirl, Chevette. I wonder how Chevette is doing. I haven't talked to her in a while. Anyway, y'all. Get out the car to go in the house. My baby daddy pops out of the bush in front of my house. My baby daddy is a big man. Okay. He played football for some time. That nigga is huge. He is strong and he is built like a rhino. Okay. Now, no offense, Will, but Will was a smaller guy. Okay. And my baby daddy pops out the bush. Okay. Starts going off. My eyes are this big. I am literally trembling. Will is over here, eyes big, like, oh my fucking God. The neighbors end up seeing the commotion. They end up calling the police. Okay. Chevette, my homegirl, smart. She ends up pulling out her phone and starts recording the situation. She is going off on my baby daddy. Leave her alone. Get out of here. How did you even? I don't even know how he found out where I lived. Understand this. This nigga literally popped. I was like, how did you know where I live? How did this happen? Later, I found out someone saw me in my complex. And he would play this role of the concerned father and go around to people like the typical, she won't let me see my kid, starter kid. Is why I tell you women, don't ever believe that. When a man says, she won't let me see my kid, she never believe that. If men want to get their kids, they can. When they hit you with the she won't let me, run as fast as you possibly can, okay? It's a lie. It's all a lie. Honey, police come. So now the whole day was a little bit of a blur. Somehow I end up trying to get back into my car to get up out of there. Like, let me just get out of here. The police end up coming. Y'all, do you know that they were getting ready to take me to jail because onlookers thought that I was trying to hit him with my car? They don't know the situation. All they see is me getting in the car. He's standing in front of the car, won't let me leave. All they think is I'm trying to attack him. So by this time, my son is sitting there. Chevette's holding my son. I am boohoo crying. I am begging the police. I'm like, please. I'm like, he doesn't even live here. He attacked me. He's mad because I have a boyfriend. So they literally were getting the handcuffs out to arrest me. Chevette runs over and she's like, no, I have it on camera. I have it on camera. Thank God that she had recorded it and was able to show the police, and they let me go. But my baby daddy is a very attractive, all-American, light-skinned looking guy. And so the minute that the police or someone come around, all he would do is put on this charm of, I'm just a concerned Black father just trying to be here for my son. She won't let me see him. Okay. I ended up still having a charge for that. I had a difficult time getting apartments after that because I had an assault charge on my record, even though it was thrown out. Okay. Literally ruin your life. This is what single motherhood really looks like. Okay. So now fast forward. So now after that incident, they come up with the plan to kidnap my child. So even after all that, and somehow look back, like I probably should have been just said F it and cut them out the picture. But I really wanted him to have his dad in his life. So even after all that, I still was trying to co-parent by the string of my teeth. And so I took my son over there. And then when the time came to get him back, no one's answering the phone. No one's returning my phone call. Nobody is saying like, hey, hello. Like, so I'm like, this is weird, you know. By then, like my milk is like overflowing. Because remember, I'm breastfeeding. That is a very important key component of this story is I'm breastfeeding. So now my breasts are out to here full of milk, like engorged, like waiting for my baby. I'm like, hey, I need to get him back. I need to feed. I need to nurse. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. I'm not giving him back, okay? He finna stay here with me and my girlfriend, and we having a baby, and that's just that. I'm like, so you're not going to give my baby back? No. So I call the police. The police tell me, and this is good information to know for those of you who live in Florida. Let me go ahead and let y'all know this. In Florida, if you do not have court-ordered custody of your children, like if you have not gone to court and the judge hit the gavel and says, hey, you have sole custody, if you do not have court-ordered custody and one parent has the child in their possession, the police cannot make the other parent give you the child. If neither parent has court-ordered custody, it doesn't even matter if you're the one receiving child support. It doesn't matter. If you have not gone before a judge and that judge say you have full custody, the police cannot make either parent give them anything. So I call the police trying to get my son. They tell me, they're like, do you have sole custody? I'm like, no. They're like, do y'all have joint custody? I'm like, no. They're like, well, we can't make him give you the baby. The baby don't necessarily belong to either one of y'all, full custody. So they would not do anything about it. I was like, but I'm a nursing mom. Like, if I'm nursing, doesn't that change it? No. So I'm like trying to pump milk, trying to keep my milk from drying up. So then I'm like, okay, they're probably just bluffing. Like, they're broke. How the hell are they going to take care of this child? I'm like, so I gave it a few days, like a few days probably go by. Mods, please block this bitch. Okay? I'm tired of bitches like this. Let me tell you something, whore. Hoes like you get on my fucking nerves. Okay? Because you all don't have anything constructive to add. You have no solutions at all. Okay? A woman can be, I am literally telling y'all the story of how I'm a single mom and how bad it is and why other women should not do it. You have no comeback. You have nothing viable to explain why it is a good thing for women to be single mothers. So since you do not have any way to dispute anything I'm saying, y'all only solution is, but aren't you a single mom? Hello, YouTube. My name is Six and I'm a single mom. Hi. Can we get that out of our system? Hoes like you is the type of bitches I be talking about. Y'all ain't got no solution. Y'all just hating ass hoes and whores. And the minute that you hear information, that means you'll have to close your whore legs. Aren't you a single mom? Yes, you stupid bitch. That's why I'm having this hour-fucking-long discussion to save other women from doing it, you dumb whore. You bitches are the devil. And I know this level of, hey, I fucked up, don't be like me, is beyond y'all. Because you're so masculine, so arrogant, that the thought of saying you messed up, the thought of you getting it from 1,000 people like, hey, I fucked up, is it's mind-blowing to you. And so when you get so triggered by seeing me doing it, aren't you a single mom? You hoes are the devil. Okay? And I hope all you bitches' feet be cold at night, no matter how much socks and covers you put on. Okay? The next stupid whore that make a comment like this, just please block them. Okay? With that ugly ass blonde wig on your head. Take that wig off. I see why you mad. I see you with that big ass wig, with that weave, and you're a whore. So now you're mad because someone telling you to keep your legs closed and don't be a single mom. Bye. Anyway. Didn't I say I wasn't going to cuss? See, I said I'm not going to cuss. Then here come these hoes trying me. I cannot believe I've been talking here for an hour and this hoe only response is, but aren't you a single mom? You hoes are remedial. God help you bitches. My God. I see why niggas fuck y'all and never call y'all no more. Anyway. Back to the story. Where was I? So, like I was saying, so I was like, you know what? They probably just bluffing. They gonna get my child back. Days go by, weeks go by. No baby is given back. By this time, I have fallen physically ill. Okay. Literally, I could feel that my child needed me. I knew that my child was in the hands of a woman that genuinely hates my guts and still does to this day. I knew I could not sleep at night. I lost weight. I could not eat. I was literally sick. So some of my friends, who all came? It was me, Ayani, and Bria Walker. Was that the three of us or was it more? They got tired of seeing me sad. I got tired. I was like, listen, y'all, we got to go get Bobo back. Back in the day, we used to call my son Bobo. And we used to call him Bobo because when he was a baby, he had these big old lips and he would look at you, he'll go, Bo, 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 Bo. So we ended up calling him Bobo. So I called him. I was like, we got to get Bobo back. I just can't live like this, Bobo. Okay. So let me tell you the story about how we got him back. Yes, she did end up having a baby with him. Yes, she did. So my baby daddy's sister, I ended up hitting her up and I was like, hey, listen, woman to woman, I need my baby back. Okay. Period. I need my baby back. I can't do this. And she was like, well, you know, I can't just grab him. I'll let you know when he's home. And she said, you do with that information as you please. I'm going to tell you where he at. And I'm going to tell you when he there. And you do what you need to do. I said, all right, bet. She called me up, let me know, hey, he at the house. I called my homegirls. I was like, get dressed in all black. Put on your black Air Forces. Okay? Baby, we got in that car. We pulled up to the house, honey. It was giving very much so set it off. Okay? It was giving very much so, what is the procedure? It was giving very much come out with your hands up, baby. We was not bullshitting. We was getting that baby back that day, honey, period. Okay? Sometimes you got to set it off in life. It was either set it off or I thought I was literally going to die. I was already grieving my mother. My son was like the only thing keeping me from literally jumping off a bridge. So I was like, at this point, I got nothing to lose. If I go to jail or something happens, so be it. I'm going to jail trying to get my baby back. Got me messed up. Child, we got in the car, honey. We pulled up. This is why you gotta have real friends that's about that life. Baby, we pulled up with them sweatpants and them black Air Forces on. We ran up to the front door. Get my child. Hell no, I ain't give you shit. Fuck you, bitch. All right, watch this shit. Bitch, I said, you open the door, we're gonna kick this door in. Bitch, we went to kicking that door. He opened the door. As soon as he opened the door, baby, I rushed his ass. I'm talking about push past like a bitch. I turned into a football player, bitch. I was like, move, huh. I was like, huh, 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 huh. I was dodging him, dodging the baby mama. I ran the house. Boom. Bitch, I was a track star, bitch. To this day, I don't know how I ran so fast, bitch. How the hell did I get past this big 270-pound muscular man, bitch? It was giving very much so running back. Bitch, I was agile in that motherfucker. Move. I run in the house. My baby's sitting there. He look at me like his eyes light up. The minute I saw my baby, it's like I could breathe again. I was like, oh, baby. So now my two homegirls outside is beating my baby daddy ass. Baby, do y'all know my two homegirls were out there giving my baby daddy a run for his money? They fucked him up. They jumped him. Baby, I ran out that house holding my baby. My other homegirl was like this, backing up like, boop, 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 ding, ding, ding. Bitch, I pulled that car up. I was like, let's go. Bitch, they came, taking down the stairs, jumped in the car, baby. We was scared, gone. And that's how we got my baby back. Baby, that's how we got my baby back. Okay. He was with them for maybe like 2-3 months. Okay. I was sick. Okay. This is my real life. Y'all see me and y'all think it's all sweet, honey. This is my real story. Okay. This is my real story. This is what being a single mom really looks like. And needless to say, after that, I finally was like, okay, you know, this is just ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to continue. Ooh, wait. I got some curry chicken on the stove. Hold on. Let me stir it real quick. Oh, shit. I forgot about my chicken. I forgot about it. Hold on. Ooh, it looks so tender. Ooh, yes, Lord. Oh, this is going to be so good. Ooh, this is going to be good. Oh, yes, honey. I'm sorry. I didn't make curry chicken. I mean curry turkey. I made some curry turkey. Oh, it looks so good. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I didn't want this to burn. Ooh, yes, Lord. That's going to be fire. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I knew. I'm like, ooh, my curry turkey. All right. Y'all, this is my real life. This is a true story. Taylor say I don't think I could have lasted 3 months. Girl, literally the worst. Now let's get back serious. So, needless to say, after that, I had to really face that I was going to be on my own raising this child, and my best bet was going to be just accept that and move accordingly. Raising a child on your own. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Let me pull this up. Now, you know, that's the story of how I became a single mother. After that is when I knew, yeah, I'm not going to maybe do the co-parenting thing. I'm going to have to do this on my own. I tell women all the time, dealing with a man that has children is a nightmare, okay? Because women have a different bond to their children than men do. A lot of women, you know, they can have a father their child, and, you know, that man can eventually, I'm not going to sit here and say that most men would be like my child's father. I think there was a lot of outside influence affecting that. Yes. Thank you for the super chat, Chasing Healthy Curves. You say 3 months. Did you still have your milk? I did still have my milk because I pumped. Someone say, are you and him still friends? Me and my son's father cannot even be in the same room together. Okay, I'm just going to be real with you. It would never happen. Okay, never in life. It's been 14 years. Still can't even have a civilized conversation. I am every day. And what a lot of single mothers need to learn is, you have some women where maybe they try to trap a man with a child, or they wanted to have a child with a man to, make the relationship better or stronger, or XYZ. You have some women like that, but that is not every woman's, story. There are some men who weaponize having a child with a woman in order to, gain and keep control over the woman. And I think that when I left and never came back and then started flourishing, I think that was just something he couldn't get over. I think not having control over me is something he couldn't get over. I think that him being with that girl is also a huge contributor, that she is so insecure about me. She can't even bear to have us co-parent. Like, the idea of him even laying his eyes on me, she shakes in her boots. Okay. She's gotten fat now and fallen off. So I know he is definitely having some serious buyer's remorse now. I know he thinking, damn, I should have just got my shit together and build my baby mama. So I know he is regretting it. They've been together 14 years, still ain't married her, ain't never going to marry her. He just stuck with her because he knows she crazy. And he like, well, damn, if I leave, how am I going to really better have a relationship with my son? Who knows? Lots of men are about the balls like that. They are still together. Yes, they are. They have no choice but to still together. Okay, that's a whole other story. But, later down the line, his girlfriend, we did try again after like 10 years, tried to have my son, a year or so ago, go down there. And my hope was that it had been 13 years and that we could all, get over it. And that my son is older now. He pretty much a grown man now, and that he could be able to be down there. And she ended up abusing my son, ended up kicking my son out the house at 5 o'clock in the damn morning, threatened to call the police on my son, and said that he is not welcome in their home. And one of my best friend's mother, that was down in Florida, one of my best friend mothers had to get out her bed at 6 a.m. and go rescue my child. I had to put him on a flight by himself to come home. And I see how people snap and murder people. I see how. Because when my baby called me crying and that woman had kicked my baby out that house and tried to call the police on a teenage Black boy, oh, I get it. I think everything happens for a reason. I think there's a reason why I was not in the state, because I genuinely believe that if I was able to reach that woman, that I don't think I'd be here right now. I think I would be in jail, because I think I would have definitely snapped. So, I'm kind of glad that I was here in Georgia. They were in Florida. And she ended up having a mental break. Okay. Ended up saying, oh, he must be here because you and her are trying to get back together. Woke up and told my son, your mom is a fucking bitch and your mom is a whore and your mom don't respect me and your mom trying to fuck my man and they trying to get back together. Child was giving my son less food than her kids, talking about his mom like a dog to my son. Honey, baby, I would have for sure been in jail, for sure. And probably would have been smiling in my mugshot. So it never changes. 14 years, this woman still, the thought of even having my child around, she losing her mind. This is why you don't get with no man if you know his heart is with another woman. Don't do that to yourself. Now she fat, been getting her ass whooped for years, been arrested 1,000 times, don't fell off, broke. That's what happens to you when you try to be with a man to spite another woman. It never works out well. Okay. Yeah. So that's why my son lives with me. Because I don't want you to think I'm a hypocrite. Trust and believe he would be with his father if he could be. But I'm not letting him go anywhere with these whores that want to abuse my son, because then I have to kill somebody. I don't want to do that. So I don't want you to be like, well, Six, how come your son live with you? That's why. Okay, that's why. And this is just being completely transparent. You know, I'm telling y'all what it's really look like. So now let me go into what the ins and outs and logistics of what single motherhood looks like. Child. Child. The information I shared about that situation is going to be all the information I'm going to share, but some of y'all asking questions in the chat and they make very good sense in the questions you asking. And some of the questions y'all asking, baby, I got the same questions. But we're not going to talk about that right now, okay? My baby now, he is 14. He'll be 15 in June, okay? So he's in high school. He's so dope, though. Like, literally the dopest kid I ever seen. Like, I don't know how I got this dope child. Like, what the hell did I do right to get this? My kid is so amazing to where I'd be scared sometime. I'd be like, what's the catch? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, well, what's the catch here? What's the catch? How did this... How? You know what I mean? So let me show you this. This, right? I saw this on TikTok. And this to me was a lot more accurate description of what having a baby daddy looks like, and of why you should never become a single mom, and why becoming a single mom is the absolute worst thing that you can do as a woman. It is the stupidest, most worst thing you can possibly do. If that man cannot walk you down that aisle and give you his name before you risk your life having that baby, don't do it. At the end of the day, whether you're married or single, that baby is your baby. I don't recommend that any woman have more children than she can care for by herself, because you never know. Okay, you just never fucking know. The baby will always be majority of yours, and you will always have a different level of, you know, women tend to parent their children regardless of how they feel about the father, okay? Because we have a direct connection to the children. Men do not have a direct connection to their children. Men connect to their children through the mother. When you see some men who have a bad relationship with the mother of their child, but they are good fathers, what's ironic about that is a lot of the times they are good fathers to spite the mom, or because they are a public figure and they want to look good in their community. But deep down, no man wants to take care of a child where he's not sleeping with their mom, period. That's just the way it goes. No man wants to care for a child and he does not love the woman they come from. He don't love her. He not sleeping with her. No man says, yes, I want to have a child by a woman I don't like and have to pay her child support and do for a child, and I ain't got no access to her body. No man wants to do that. Some men will do it, but ironically, they will like be there for the child to spite the mom. Like, they know the mama don't want to see them. They know that the mama don't want them around, so they'll fight and do the most just to get joint custody, to be like, nanny boo boo, or to look good in his community. But no man want to do it. If some men do it, it's definitely for a different reason. It's not because, oh, he's just such a great father. No. How he feel about the mama is how he feel about the child. That's just the way it goes. Ain't no other way around it. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Chris. Thank you. Let me send you some love back. I appreciate the love. So this is what is this the right thing? Okay. So I saw this on TikTok, and this to me really personified what single motherhood really looks like. Let me show you this. Hold on. Okay. Now this was so funny because this is the way that a lot of men think when they have children with you. And it's so funny because in this video, this man really thought he ate. Okay. He truly thought that, he was going to show us all his big old mean baby mama. Let me show y'all this.
But look how skinny my baby mama and her mama is, bro. I first had a baby, right? She gave me 6 diapers, 1 outfit, and put the food in here, trying to micromanagement my time. Talking about I drop it back off at 5.
Now, I want you ladies to pay attention to every word he's saying, because this is what it really looks like most of the time. I want you to understand this. God made us to have children together and stay together to raise those children, because doing so otherwise is a direct attack to your womanhood or your manhood. It attacks a man's manhood to have to financially contribute or stick to a schedule in a household where he ain't getting no honey from. Okay, it is a direct attack on a man's masculinity to have to pay child support in a house where another man is sleeping with the mother of your child, drinking your son's Capri Suns, talking about Let me show y'all this real quick. Hold on. I meant to show y'all this. Hold on a second. Let me see, can I find this to show y'all? Hold on. I gotta, hey, I'm on live, but I want to show these folks something real quick. Tell me, they don't know who I'm talking to. Tell me, I can't remember the girl Instagram name. What is the Instagram name of Nick Cannon baby mama that got a man, that with the Asian man? What's her Instagram name again? How I spell that? How you spell it? Okay, I'm trying to find the page. Y'all, I'm about to show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I think I found it. Yep, that's it right there. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna call you when I get off. Okay, bye. Oh, here you go. Now this is exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all, let me show y'all this shit. I literally cannot. Okay, so it is against it. It attacks a man in every way. Men are supposed to receive gratitude for sharing their money and resources. Every time a man shares his money and his resources, he is supposed to get a gratification for that, get an acknowledgement for that. It goes against everything in a man's manhood to have to financially contribute to a home that he is not sleeping with the woman in. And not only that, but another man is sleeping with the woman in there, drinking your kids' Capri Sun and telling your kids, don't touch that. Okay. That is cuck-like, and it is a direct attack to a man's masculinity. I want you all to notice how in the video he said, now they trying to micromanage me and tell me when I can pick up and drop off the baby. That is another aspect of it. Like I told y'all in my situation, I tried to say, hey, I have him the weekend, I have him the weekday, you have him the weekend, and how he was like, no, then you can go be with dudes. Men will truly feel as though when you try to come up with a co-parenting schedule with them, that you are trying to control them and manage them. He will always feel a way about buying diapers for the baby because he's not with you. Okay? My daddy, if I need help from my daddy, if I'm single, he will help me. But if I have a man, my daddy will not help me with nothing. He'll be like, hell no, you better tell that nigga to do it, period. He only help me if I'm single. Okay? If I got a man, he do not help me. He like, hell no, I don't do that. You laying up with that man every night. If you need something, you better call his ass the hell, and period, as he should. Okay? So it is an attack for a man, even your father, to have to give you money and there's another man in that house. Okay? So do y'all know? Let me show y'all this. Do y'all know that one of Nick Cannon baby mama not only has a man, but had a man the entire time? Child support is such an attack on manhood that you now have some men who are allowing other men to smash their woman to get her pregnant, to get a man's child support in his house. Do y'all know that one of Nick Cannon baby mamas has a man, and apparently word on the street is her man is shooting blanks and he can't have no kids? Do y'all know that that man sent that girl to go fuck Nick Cannon to get pregnant so they could sit back and spend his child support money? Y'all, look at this shit. Hold on. Let me pull this. I'm going to come back to this video, but I just want to show y'all this. This is the definition of why we are not meant to have kids with someone we are not with. Look at this shit, y'all. She been with this chink the entire time. They've been together for years. Look at him holding Nick's baby. Nick Cannon is out here paying other men's bills and households and putting money, food, and resources in other men's homes. She did not get with this man after she had the baby. I'm trying to scroll back to where he was with her before the baby, with her the whole pregnancy. And that this concept of child support and everything like this has gotten so disgusting that you now have men, even though it's a non-black man, because I don't think no black man would go for this, period. Okay, I'm going to be the one to say I do not believe that a brother would let another man like Nick Cannon sleep with his woman to get her pregnant so that they could collect his child support. This is an Asian man, and I think that makes sense because no black man would do this, period. So I'm trying to show y'all. Look. There you go. Let me try to show y'all. You see that she pregnant, but she still, y'all, my brain. Look at this. Here she is with the man. And here she is, pregnant with Nick Cannon child. Baby, my mind is blown. Okay? My mind is absolutely blown. And it's very unfortunate because this is an attractive, beautiful woman. And now these women are going out to get pregnant by you niggas and then bringing your child support check home to their man. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Paying child support is cuck behavior, period. I'm just going to be the one to say it's cuck behavior. It's cuck behavior. It's an attack on your manhood to have to give money into a household where that woman got another man, period. It's not healthy. A man is not supposed to send money into a household that he is not getting a return out of, period. Okay? Talking about they have an understanding. What understanding is that? You know, help me understand. What do you mean by understanding? Hey, babe, we're kind of broke and struggling. So do you mind if I go sleep with Nick Cannon to get pregnant so that we can live off of the child support he pays me? What kind of understanding is that? It's understanding that Nick Cannon is a cuck. Period. Child support is cuck behavior. Now you got to sit and pay money. No, I'm trying to explain this to y'all. Okay. I have inside information with people that have went to school with this girl, know this girl. She has been with this Asian man for years. She was with him before she got pregnant with Nick. She was with him during the pregnancy and is still with him. This is verified information. Nick Cannon is a cuck, period. Okay. That's on Mary. So let me go ahead and get back to showing y'all this. Honey, I saw that, baby. I almost fell out of my seat. I said, you know what? This is so incredibly disgusting. Let's get back to this video to show you ladies. This is what having a baby daddy really looks like.
Bitch, you're not finna tell me when I pick my daughter up and when I drop her off. And you got the wrong one. All right. You know what I have to do?
I'm about to start it over so y'all can get the full effect. This right here, okay? When you're with the man, it is a totally different story. When you with the man, half the time, oh, everything's fine. He's still getting that cookie, it's good. But boy, if you not with that man no more, let me start over. This personifies what having a baby daddy is like, 100%.
Bro, look how schemy my baby mama and her mama is, bro. I just had a baby, right? She gave me 6 diapers. one outfit and put the food in here. Trying to micromanagement my time. Talking about I drop it back off at
Try to micromanagement my time. Jesus.
5. Bitch, you're not finna tell me when I pick my daughter up.
Notice he called her a bitch. Okay. See, y'all will see the few anomalies of women who happily co-parent with the father of their child, honey, or whatever. That's not going to be the case majority of the time. Majority of the time, this is what it's going to be. Okay. And sometimes the men don't even know why they feel this way. Do we all know good and goddamn well, nigga, she should not have to pack nothing for that baby when the baby go with you and micromanage your time. Negro, you should have your own diapers, your own formula, honey. You thought you ate, honey. You did not. You starved. Okay. Did not give. We thought we were going to give. Then you had the nerve to caption it. My crazy baby mama, you can't make this up. No, nigga, we can't make this up. Okay. The fact that she got to stand over any formula, any diapers, and any outfits tell me right there. And I could tell by the fact that you have horrible grammar. Talking about trying to micromanagement my time, baby. You probably didn't graduate high school. Okay, so we don't know why this woman even laid up with you in the first place, but she did. The baby is here. And now you thought that you ate by getting online, talking about how your baby mama is stingy, and you called her a bitch. So you called the mother of your child a bitch because she ain't packing you no diapers with your big grown ass that you should have your own. Then look at how he acts when he had to go buy his own diapers. Look at this.
And when I drop us off, you got the wrong one. You know what I have to do? Re-up, bitch. I'm gonna bring her back when I want to.
What being a single mother really looks like is your mental health having a toll taken on you. Okay. I did not date for 10 years. Okay. For 10 years, I did not date. After the situation happened with niggas popping out the bush, I was like, it's probably going to be best for me to stay to myself. I needed to heal. I think that it was so much going on. I think that I developed almost like a fear of like, I don't want to get close to anybody because, you know, losing my mother was hard. And then losing my grandmother a year later, you know, then the situation happening with, you know, my son's father. I got to that place where I knew I'm like, I'm not going to be good in a relationship for anyone right now. I need to heal. I was struggling financially, you know, to care for myself, care for this child. And so I stayed single. I knew that I was not going to be a good fit to be nobody's wife or be with anyone. When I was growing up, my mom never had men around us. My mom was not that mom that would have her boyfriends in and out the house and, you know, and all that. She never did any of that. So that was not the norm for me. I did not want to have no men around my son at all. I don't know why people think only little girls can be abused, little boys can be abused too. So I stayed by myself because I knew I'm like, I got too much baggage, too much trauma right now. I wasn't going to put no other man in no dangerous situation with my psycho baby daddy lurking around. I was like, it's selfish. And I had to get myself together first. So I want you all to understand. When I have people come to me for counseling sessions, this is very interesting. I want you all to listen to this. When I have people come to me for counseling sessions in their relationships, and it's a couple that have children, let me tell you all what ends up happening. When the men come to me for counseling, if they are in a situation where they have a child with a woman, whether it's their wife, baby mama, and they are having trouble and on the brink of separation, the first thing that the men say when they come to me, you know, to get help, sometimes men just need to get some things out in a confidential setting. Some men need a woman's opinion. As a woman who has been through child support and nursing and child custody, I'm able to help a lot of men and be an advocate for them in getting custody of their children, in co-parenting with the mother of their children. And if you need a session with me, by the way, just send me an email, sixthegoddis@yahoo.com. Men and women, I love helping people out with these situations. I have dealt with so much crap. I enjoy helping other people not have to go through all that. Okay, so if you need me, y'all know how to get in contact with me. You can also book a session with me on my website at sixthegoddis.com, men and women. But what's very interesting to me is when couples have children, when the men come to me and they're getting ready to split with children involved, the first thing out the men's mouth is, you know, I'm concerned about my children. They be like, you know, things ain't working out. It's not going to work out, but I'm worried about my kids. You know, I need to, you know, be there for my children. Their main concern is figuring out how they can make things be the best they can be for their kids. But do you know what happens when the women come talk to me and they're going through a situation with children involved? Do you know they don't even mention their children? You know what women's concern is when they're having an issue with the man, they have children with them? What do I need to do to get a new man? They do not think about how leaving the father of their children is going to affect those kids. They're not thinking about what's best for those children. All they're thinking about is, well, I'm not happy and I'm not staying because of no kids. When the men come forward, getting out of situations with children, their first concern is their children. When women come where they're getting out of a relationship with children involved, their last concern is their children. All they're concerned about is, am I going to be cute enough to get a new man, another man? No, it's not the opposite. No, I am telling you this. I am telling you this from experience. I have hundreds of people in my catalog. The men first concern is the children. The women's last concern is the children, because the women feel like they're going to get the main custody. They feel like they're going to get child support. They don't care. Their concern is, can I get a new man, honey? Okay. See, a lot of these women, they're online, you know, they're dancing, saying like, oh my God, being a single mom is going great. They don't tell you that whenever you're raising a child in a way that was not God's order, okay, God did not design us to have our children by ourselves at all. So instead, what ends up happening is your mental health depletes faster. Okay. Did you all see that video of that woman in the airport that had lost her children and she was like tearing up the whole airport? That's called a mental break. Okay. Let me show you all this. If you are single and childless, then you already know on your own how, oh shit. Y'all already know single childless people have to budget and count pennies. So I want you to even begin to imagine having to financially provide for yourself and a child on your own. This is what's happening to a lot of people.
As a single mom living in a van, waking up in a Walmart parking lot. So of course, as soon as we wake up, I make sure to give my toddler lots and lots of cuddles and kisses. Then I like to throw on some clothes because it's a little chilly and I want to make sure we are.
And this is no offense to this sister. Okay. I guess she's trying her best as she can. But this is what it looks like.
As warm as possible. After putting myself together, I go on to put Kareem's jacket on and he pulls off the window covers. This is our beautiful view of Walmart. We don't usually park in parking lots, but sometimes that's the case. I then go in to make up the bed so I don't have to do it later on. We then get out of the van and walk into Walmart to use the restroom and brush our teeth. I do have a toilet in my van, but we are already sleeping in a Walmart parking lot, so we might as well utilize all of their services. Since I didn't need anything in Walmart, we were able to just run back to the van. And immediately I get started with cooking some breakfast. So then I set up my kitchen, which is the basic 2-burner propane stove. While I'm doing this, my toddler is usually watching his morning show on his iPad. Today we are making something very simple: sausage, pancakes, and hash browns per Kareem's request. But this is only a pit stop till we get to our next destination, so if you really like these morning routines and you want to see what we get up to next, follow along.
So in 2023, a decent place to live is going to run you around $2,000 a month. Daycare is going to run you about $150, $200 a week. If you do need child care assistance, food stamps, Medicaid, you have to put the father of your children on child support because the state wants to recoup as many funds as they can from having to help you. I still, for the life of me, cannot figure out why some of you ladies are not married, talking about you in love and your boyfriend and you're pregnant and you're having kids. For the life of me, for some of you, I just, at this point, it's a mental illness. Let me guess, you're going to be the one exception. I think it is very much so a slap in the face for a man to marry you after he got you pregnant. That's the quickest way to become a might as well wife. It's nothing to be proud of. Okay, I hate when I see girls been with that nigga 5 years, got 2 kids, and then he throws her this breadcrumb after 5 years and multiple children of, okay, I'm gonna marry you now and want you to, and like, dance, bitch, get excited. Okay, now I'm gonna marry you. I've been with you 5 years, got 2 kids. I can't afford to leave you. Can't afford another woman, another family. So, okay, I tried to be with someone else, but it ain't gonna work. So I guess I'll be with you. And then expect you to be happy about it. And then y'all be talking about congratulations. I am not congratulating no woman that's pregnant and unmarried. I'm not congratulating no woman where the man asked you to marry him after you don't have his kids because now he realizes he's stuck and can't afford a new bitch. I think it's a slap in the face. I'm not saying congratulations, period. Okay. Look at this. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Dang it. I can't find it. Anyway, I might just make that a separate video. But I was trying to show you all PNB Rock baby mama, who was not his wife. How, this man, a famous rapper, he had no life insurance, no will, no trust. And since she was not legally married to him, how he died. And now she raising them kids by herself, trying to sell t-shirts online to feed her children. Because she's laid down there and had kids with that man. And he didn't even give her the decency of giving her his last name. Okay, now he died, which if we're dealing with black men, there's a very high chance he'll die. They have lower life expectancies. There's a lot of, when it comes to men, hurting one another. Okay, there's a very high chance that Buddy could get up out of there. And now PNB Rock baby mama on the internet crying, talking about how she can barely keep food on the table. Let me talk about the financial aspect. Child support, you guys, is not something that is dependable. Some men pay child support, some men don't. Most women that have open child support cases with men, the man is in arrears by the tens of thousands of dollars, including me. Motherfucker owe me tens of thousands. Where my money? Okay, ain't no money. I don't even, child support is not even on my mind anymore. It's never getting paid. It's just not going to happen. Most narcissistic men will go out of their way to make it look like they make no money on paper just to avoid paying you child support. Okay. If you look at the formula for a narcissist, it is a person who has been abandoned or abused before the age of 12, more times than not, and that were never taught how to cope through those emotions. So their brain just blocks out any emotions that associate with the feelings they felt at their time of abuse or abandonment. So narcissistic men will lie to themselves in their mind and be like, well, I'm not that bad. They'll always ration their bad behavior. I'm not that bad. There's always someone worse than me. Or you'll be like, hey, you did this and this is harmful. Well, I guess I'm just the worst person in the world. Okay, you try to have a baby with them, you need child support, they will go through hell or high water to make it themselves look broke on paper to avoid paying you any child support. Okay. So what it looked like financially is you got to pay rent, childcare, groceries, insurance. Your children are going to want to do activities. The other problem I have with a lot of single moms is your kids are still young. Your kids are like babies, toddlers, elementary school, and y'all think that you're getting along just fine. Sweetie, my dear sweetie, kids are easy, okay? Kids do not have, they don't have no rights. They don't have no pushback. They're just kids. You change their diaper, you feed them, they take naps, they poop, you clean the poop up. Parenting becomes real when your children turn into teenagers, when they start to have questions, develop their own personality, have their own thought processes, figuring out how things go. That's when it becomes difficult. A lot of y'all think because you can change a diaper and feed them some baby food that you're doing a good job. No, okay? Parenting is more than just the toddler, stage, okay? It gets a lot more complicated as time goes on and time progresses. So, I have friends that are single moms, and the stress that we are all under at all times, the anxiety that you have, that everything this child needs, they look to you and depend on you for it. Okay? Being a single mother looks like sometimes feeling as though the weight of the world is on your shoulders, to where sadly, when you see a lot of single moms that they going off on their kids, sit your ass down, shut up, and they beating their kids and they going off, it's not because they don't love their children. It's because they are mentally maxed out. Being a single mother looks like not even being able to truly enjoy your children because your mental health is always within an inch of its life. Being a single mother looks like times where you are so stressed out and overwhelmed that you have to lock yourself in a closet and get away from your children to avoid snapping and going off on them because you are so incredibly overwhelmed. I have friends where I'll be on the phone with them. I got one friend, well, you be my friend. She a single mom of 3. And she would have times where she would be stressed out, trying to get to work, can't find the keys, can't do this. Here come the kids. Mom, I want juice. Wait a minute, just give me a second. God damn it. And I'm like, hey, babe, put them kids in the other room. You stressed out, put them kids away. You're going to end up yelling at them. You're going to end up hitting them. Put them away. Don't, it's not their fault. Why do y'all think the single mother, the Black single mom stereotype is always something negative? They have these skits on YouTube. I showed y'all those skits, right? Where it was like Black moms be like, and it was like white moms be like, hey, sweetie, how was school? Screw you, mom. Why are you talking like that to me? How does that make you feel? Like the white moms get portrayed like that. The Black moms always get portrayed as yelling, screaming, hitting the children, going upside their heads, cussing at the kids. That's what single motherhood really looks like, where you are so overwhelmed. Guess what? Your children don't understand that. When rent is due, you got to be to work. I remember trying to have a job, and I remember Elijah got so sick. I don't know what happened, but he was sick for a week. I'm talking about could not keep nothing down, sick as a dog. And I remember losing my job because I had to call them and be like, I cannot make it to work. My kid is sick. When they're sick, you cannot take them to daycare. So you know what that looked like? It looked like calling your employer. And let me tell y'all something. No one gives a damn that you're a single mom. Your boss does not give a damn that your child is sick. Your landlord could care less that your child is sick. Bitch, you better have my money. So you think that when your kid gets sick and they can't go to daycare, you trying to make it to work, you think your boss gives a damn because you're not showing up because your child is sick? No. You'll be replaced and you'll be let go. I remember trying to search for a job that would let me off by 5 o'clock so that I could get to the daycare on time to pick my son up. Shout out to Murthy's Daycare in Sanford, Florida. My son went there in his preschool days. And I was always so thankful for Miss Murphy, because even when like I would try to get off work and haul ass to get there in time, even if I was late sometimes, she would show me mercy and she wouldn't charge me. But a lot of these daycares, they're going to charge you $1 a minute you're late. Some of them $10 a minute that you're late, and they want their money. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Goddess Lock said, congratulations on 50 cases. You are God sent. Just giving you your flowers. Oh my God. Thank you so much, sis. That's so nice. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Eugene. Eugene says, Six, what was the most important or memorable teaching point that you have to talk to your son about? See, I try to talk to him more so in his duties as a man. So for example, my son, I was like, talking to him like, do you have a girlfriend? This, that, and the third. And I knew I was doing something right when his response was, Mom, no, because these middle school, high school relationships don't make any sense to me. He was like, I don't have no car. I don't have no money. Like, what am I doing? Just walking her to class and buying her a cookie at lunch? I knew that I had did the right thing when my child does not look at women as disposable objects just for his own sexual pleasure. I think my biggest thing I talk to him about is to not make another woman a single mother, to not look for free sex, to try to nurture him and love him so that he is not looking for a lot of men sleep with a lot of women because they're looking for nurturing. Okay. A lot of men sleep with a lot of women because as a woman, you need to be affectionate with your sons. They need hugs. They need kisses. They need words of affirmation. They need to know you're going to be there for them. They need your love. Because for so many men, when they have to sleep with this woman and this woman and this woman, what they're really looking for is that nurturing they never got. And what's so ironic about that is a woman's nurturing is not between her legs. So my biggest memory with him is not necessarily a specific conversation. It's more so our lifestyle. It's more so seeing that he is not hyper thirsty for girls, because he has what he really needs from a woman met. So he don't look at women as some object for his own pleasure. His first thought is, how can I lead and pour into her? Black men all the time see my son, how you doing, young man? You like, that first question they want to ask me. He like girls yet? Like girls yet? Why do men go to teenage boys and ask them, do they like girls yet? Why don't you ask them, do they have a career chosen yet? Why don't you ask them, do they have their leadership skills taught yet? Why don't you ask them, do they have a plan for their money yet? Niggas just go straight to, do you like girls? Like there's some toy that you pick off a shelf. I knew I had did right with my son when he does not want to have a girlfriend unless he can contribute to the situation. Okay. I never told my son that it's just me and you, my king. He always has known, we are meant to have a man at home. I was engaged before. I've been in relationships where and credit to them where, they know I have my son, they understand what it is, where he has seen a man be in the house, seen his mom be with a man. And I've always made sure he knew that. I never, ever let him think that the way we were living was okay. He knows why I stayed single for 10 years. He knows the truth behind me and his father. He knows. Honesty was my best advocate in raising him. I let him know when I'm scared. I let him know when I'm vulnerable. I let him know that this is not normal and this is not natural. Okay. And I believe that this is why he is incredible at this point. He's very mature. I call him an old man because he's like the youngest old man. Like the way he thinks, I'm like, you don't even think like a normal kid. Like he thinks so different. I cannot teach him to be a man, but what I've learned is that the more I am in my feminine energy, the more his masculine energy naturally develops. I keep him involved in mentorship programs, sports, he's in a mentorship program with the Omega Psi-Phi. Shout out to the dogs. And they, take him under their wing and he spends time with them, college educated men, working with him with programs to get into college. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, you cannot teach him how to be a man, but you can create a healthy community of men for him. And you as a woman, you be as far your feminine energy as you can. Because one thing I've learned is that feminine energy automatically brings out masculine energy. And so my son, he's not impulsive. He's very, he's not reactive. Even if me and him have a tiff, he's very good at keeping himself calm, thinking about what I'm saying, expressing himself. I teach him how to communicate with a woman. You know what I mean? That's the best thing you could do as a woman. You cannot teach him how to be a man, but you can activate his natural manhood. You can create a community of men that he can be around that is going to, help him and save him. Now he does great in school. I have zero behavior issues. He's a normal teenager. He do annoying stuff like don't clean his room, leave his shoes in the floor. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But treats me amazing, never disrespectful. I don't have to worry about nothing. Can 100% trust him. God, I'm so lucky. Thank you, God. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I don't know what I would have done. When I see some of these moms on TV with sons, my son's age, and they crying, he breaking in cars and killing people. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I would do. Oh, thank God my kid does not do any of that crap because God, I just would not know how to handle that. Thank y'all so much. But yes, have him around healthy men, period. I highly recommend the Black Rhino program with Omega Psi-Phi. I don't know if they have it in every city, but most fraternities do have mentorship programs for young boys. Ladies, I recommend if it's available as a resource to you, I 100% recommend getting your children involved in that. Get your boys involved in tennis, golf. Okay, tennis and golf are things where that's the money. That's where the deals get sealed. Have them in tennis clubs. Don't go the typical route, basketball, football. I mean, that's cool, but you want to set them up to align them in the best way with other men. So my plan is, I got 3 more years, with him being under 18. He wants to go to school for cybersecurity and IT. Baby, when I tell y'all, baby, when he graduate and get ready to go to college, I'm going to be like, okay, let's get you all packed. Take him. I'm going to do the parents sending their kid off to college starter kit. Take him to IKEA. Get him some cheap IKEA furniture. Pack his shit. Okay. I'm going to cry a little bit. Oh, I'm going to miss you so much. And baby, as soon as he take his ass to college, I'm heading straight to the airport. Period. Straight to the airport. I'm not going to stop. Not going past go. Straight to the airport. I'm traveling. I'm gone. Period. I ain't never in my life not had someone to take care of. From 8 years old, I take care of my mom. Then my mom died, and I'll take care of my child. Okay, I'll take care of my mom, my younger brother. From 8 years old, I have never had a period in my life where I did not have an obligation or responsibility to take care of someone. Never, never, ever. So as soon as he go to college, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna miss him. But bitch, soon as I drive my tip to the airport, I'm traveling the world. Y'all gonna see me doing content in different countries with my husband, honey, living my best life, baby. Okay. So the aspect of single motherhood that a lot of women need to understand, y'all got to stop popping these babies out. This baby 1 or 2 years old, and y'all trying to figure out how y'all can get a new man. It don't work like that. I stayed single for, listen to me, 10 years. Okay. 10 years of my life, I stayed single because I was not healthy mentally. My baby daddy was psychotic. His family was psychotic. I was not going to put no man in that situation. Then when I did start dating, I want to say I dated for about a year and ended up getting engaged, you know. And so my dating life has been short for a woman my age. A lot of women my age have a longer dating history, but I was not able to do that. So I want more women to understand that. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all ain't got no business trying to date, and y'all got your little ass kids. There, I said it. I said it. I don't like how y'all have these little kids and the baby's still in diapers and you try to be with a new man. I don't like that. Something about that I just don't like. Okay. We have a lot of women talk about they got abused, and then we all play deaf, dumb, and blind when we realize the reality that your mama is a lot of the times the one that brought the man in the home to abuse you. There, I said it. Some of y'all be having daughters and be ready to kick their father to the curb, and I be like, girl, do you know how sick these niggas are out here these days? Are you really trying to date with little daughters? Are you going to really be able to have this man around your little girl? I didn't even want no man around my child, and I had a little boy. Y'all be having daughters, multiple daughters, and think it's cute to just be dating. You know, most women do not have a support system to give their children to their mama or someone to watch their kids so they can go date. So, you know, how many men tell stories about how they going to get some from some woman, okay, they kids right there. Like, excuse me? Being a single mother can look like staying single while your children are small. Being a single mother can look like waiting until your children hit double digits and can defend themselves and speak up for themselves before you have another partner. Okay. We're not, as women, going to keep talking about how these men abuse us and this and the third, and ignore the fact that half of the time your mama is the one that brought the man in the picture, period. Okay. Let's go ahead and just address the elephant in the room. I mean, this is definitely a thing. It looks like wanting to go do certain things and you cannot do it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Rahela. She didn't even say anything. She just sent me a little love. Thank you, sis. Thank you. So looks like being single, okay, because you got drama, baggage, safety. You know, niggas, this world is sick now. You could not pay me to have no daughter and not be with her father. You could not pay me. I would be sick at the idea of dating with a little girl. I would be sick. I just wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Okay. Some of y'all are way too, y'all are way too quick to just be like, oh, I'm not happy. I'm not staying just because of some kids. And y'all think it's sweet to just go out dating with these young girls, little girls. My brain cannot, when I was with my mama, I only saw her be with one man. One man in my 18 years of life. My mama never had no men in our house. My mother stayed single to raise us. Okay. I don't know what the hell wrong with y'all hoes these days where y'all just be so quick to have no nigga in them house with y'all children. I don't understand that. Okay? Understand being a single mother. My advice is no man need to meet your kids until y'all ready to get married, period. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It is very difficult being in a relationship with somebody and you have a child. They get attached to your child get attached to them, then y'all break up. No, I'll be real with y'all. Unless y'all getting married, okay, men don't need to meet your kids. Okay, they don't. They can meet your kids when he knows you the one and he gonna put that ring on it. Until then, no. I be sick when y'all be with a man a week and he be around your kids. No. Especially when you have sons, because your sons are going to be protective of you. They don't want to see that shit. Okay? No man need to meet your kids. I want to let no man meet my kids. We have a wedding date planned, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, no. It's not healthy. I think that's why a lot of girls get put in a bad position. A man don't need to do all that unless he plan on marrying you. Okay? If he don't plan on marrying you, he don't need to have access to your children like that. He don't. Yeah, bring them home. I just don't understand that. My brain be ready to explode. Like, this man not even sure about you yet, and you letting him meet your kids. I don't agree with that. The world too crazy now. Until y'all relationship is solid, where you feel like, all right, we gonna do this, then he can meet your kids. Until then, well, no. Keep them men out your kids' faces, especially when you have daughters. There are men who purposely date women with daughters to have access to your daughter. Do you know how common it is for a girl to end up sleeping with her stepfather? Do you know how common that is? It's more common than we all would like to admit. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Andre. And thank you so much. I'm sorry, super chat, Cash App. And thank you so much for the Cash App, Bree. Oh, I love you guys. But yeah, it's definitely a thing. There are men that they will seek you out just for your daughters. It looks like you wanting to do fun things. Like, we're still human, okay? It looks like you want to do fun things and you can't do it because who gonna watch your kids? You want to do fun things, but you can't do it because you want to go spend money having fun, but your child need diapers, your child need milk, okay? It looks like a lot of government assistance, okay? Get used to filling out applications because baby food stamps, Medicaid. Do you know how many single mothers would not make it if there was not government assistance? This is why women of other countries tend to get married and stay with their men before and after they have their children because they don't have child support. Here in America, child support, food stamps, Medicaid, all that kind of stuff makes it so a lot of women think that the man is disposable. You know, I'm glad that those resources are had. Thank you so much for the super chat. D says, for raising 2 boys with my husband as we speak. Great combo. Period. And that's what we love to see. Thank you, sis. You know, a lot of women, if it wasn't for government assistance, would be going down. Eggs are $10 a pack. Okay. Baby, I went to the grocery store and picked up some meat, some iced tea, some vegetables, and it was like $80. I had like 7 items in my cart. And I was like, why is this $80? It looks like the father of your child, you know, kind of being at his mercy as far as the well-being of your child. Having other women around your children. Women are not respectful of you. It looks like constant anxiety, overwhelmed, not even being with enough mental health to really enjoy your children because you are so stressed out all the time. Thank you for the super chat, Cherish today. Appreciate you. Y'all talking about grow your own food. Okay, no problem. I'll just go on the patio of my 2-bedroom apartment and start a garden. Okay, grow my own food. Okay, I'm on it. But we all just have a big patch of land and start a farm. It looks like everything you ask of the man, feeling like it's an attack to him because it's against his manhood to pay money into a home that he's not in and another man is in. So simple things like trying to find a schedule for you and your child to co-parent with him. Looks like him thinking you're trying to control him, like we saw in that video. The women your baby daddy dates after you will more times than not be hell, because majority of bitches ain't shit. And majority of bitches, your baby daddy don't told them that you're bitter and you're mad, and they believe that. And, that's that. What else? Some single moms are struggling so bad, as we saw. Now they're living in vans in Walmart parking lots, which is so incredibly dangerous. So you're pretty much for the streets, open season on you. You're in a van in a Walmart parking lot. Oh my God, literally so many things can go left. Anybody could bust that window. And what would anybody be able to do to you? The police could come and be like, hey, why are you parked here? You can't park here. I can't understand that. Before I got to sleep in a van, I'm just going to get married. And before I have my kids, I don't understand. What else? Yeah, so not dating, constant anxiety, financial strain, having to work 2-3 jobs. Me and my son have been homeless twice. Okay, it has been 2 times in our life where we had to sleep in our car. Okay. What else? Society does not care, because society will always, I don't care what the situation is, society will always look at you like, well, you opened your legs and you had them, so you better figure it out. People will constantly mock you and tease you. You guys see, I have one child that's almost grown, and y'all see that still. Every time I am looking to do anything or progress in my life in any way, you see what people say to me, aren't you a single mom? It is a permanent mark on your character, your reputation as a woman. Society looks at your children differently. Children that are born to married parents are more respected by society than children who are not. So no matter how good you do, no matter how long it's been, no matter if you only have one child, people still, when they see you, all they see is single mom, single mom, single mom. When you become a single mom, you lose your humanity. People don't look at you as a human being, okay? They don't care about your accomplishments. You being a single mom just lingers in front of your face, and that's all that they see. I'm in a good space now where it's like, okay, my kid is older. He's not a kid no more. He's a man now, and I have to respect that. So now I'm able to date. I'm able to cultivate a healthy relationship. I'm able to go places, do things. I had to put in my dues to do that. This is why I don't glamorize it. I don't want some of you ladies to be like, oh, well, people like Six, she made it, so it must be okay. I had to fight for my life for over a decade. Okay. I had to pray. I had to get a covering from my ancestors. By literally the grace of God, I'm able to be okay. And I'm able to go on the rest of my life creating content, traveling, looking good, and going to Target, Starbucks, and yoga class. However, I had to suffer before I had to get there. Okay. Single motherhood equals hella suffering. Do not let these women that's dancing around, come on, it's not that hard. I was talking to Patreon earlier. Some women feel like they can be a single mom because their mom is going to help. Baby, my son was born 3 months later. My mama died. Your parents are going to die before you. So even if you think your mama going to help you, you don't know how long your mama going to be here. Your mama can go at any day. Okay. So the truth is, you don't really have anyone that you can truly depend on. All right. When being a single mom, The only person you really can depend on is yourself. Okay. When you have children, you want to be able to enjoy your children. Okay. You don't want to be overwhelmed trying to be a mom. You don't want to have to worry about, your basic safety, your basic, life needs while being a mom. Like, please get married, live within your man's means so you don't have to have your baby and then pop your child out and 3 weeks later be back at work. Like, live within your man's means. Learn how to budget. Learn how to be financially responsible. If you're going to be a mother, please enjoy it. Please set yourself up to win in motherhood. Motherhood is such a beautiful thing when it's done right. However, single motherhood will never be the move. We have got to stop looking at the few success stories and thinking it's going to be okay. We have got to stop having women who are single mothers say things like, well, not everybody needs to be married. I'm telling you right now, if you don't want to be married, you don't want to be a mom, period. Part of 80% of being a mother is doing what's best for your child, not what's best for you. So if you already feel as though you don't want to put yourself aside to get married, to have a child, you don't need to be a mom. Can we normalize women not being moms? Okay. If before you even have the child, you're mad because you don't feel worthy of marriage, you don't think any man will marry you, so you lie and say you don't want it, but you want everything that comes with it. You want the baby, you want the sex, you want the money, you want the protection. You want to be married. Okay. So if you are that woman that feel like not everybody want to be married, don't have any children. Because rule number one of motherhood is fuck you and everything you want. It's about what's best for the kids. Okay. Women do not breastfeed, talking about they titty gonna sag and it hurts. If you're not ready to sacrifice your body to give your child the milk that is most healthy for them, you don't need to be a mother. If you are not ready to completely sacrifice yourself for what's best for your child, you don't need to be a mom. You have no idea what you do to these kids when they find out they were conceived because somebody was drunk or a one night stand or by manipulation, or that your parents met at a music festival and were in high lust for one another and conceived you in the back of a Jeep Wrangler the first day they met. It doesn't feel good to these children when they grow up and they find this out. It's so much more healthier for them in society to know that they were made in love and commitment. Not that your dad knocked your mom up, then he felt bad, then he asked her to marry him. Like, please give these children a more healthy start. Okay. I don't know why these women are lying to y'all saying that single motherhood is so easy. It's absolutely not. This is why I have one child. Okay. I still stand by the fact that I'm glad that everybody left me for dead, because it made it so I didn't have any more children, because I was like, wow, this is hard. And I never did it again. And so when I see habitual offender baby mamas, I be shook. I be like, sis, how? Like, how are you like doing this over and over? Ain't no way. It's not, it ain't all beautiful as people make it seem, y'all. It's very ghetto. Do not recommend. 0 stars. Very dangerous, overwhelming, mental health. Don't do it. Okay. I'm happy that I made it through. Thank God. Okay. And it's still a work in progress, but we making it. You're going to have to definitely have a sense of community as a single mother to try, to have a community of people that will help you, the best you can. That's that. I don't like that these women are making single motherhood seem like it's not that big a deal. They dancing around acting like who cares? It's all cool. It is not all cool. Okay. Yes. The Observer Melanin says the school to prison pipeline are targeting single mother households with boys. Absolutely. That's another thing. I'm so glad you said that. It looks like the system like this all the time, waiting on your son. Okay. How many times do we see these women on the news crying about how they tried to call the system to help their children, how they can't even control their own boys? Now me personally, my son, I don't care how big he get or what go down. If he ever in his life try me in certain ways, the spirit of Ogun and the ancestors are going to come through me and he getting knocked clean out, period. I don't give a damn what is going on. So now me personally, I don't understand any women that their sons be whooping their ass and bossing around. Honey, I brought you in this world. I'll take you out of it. I was my child, whatever in his life. Okay. But there is many children that they beating up their moms. They out breaking in cars, doing this and the third. When you have, and it's so funny because sometimes my son is afraid to tell me certain things about what happens at school because he be like, Mom, don't go up there and act a fool. There have been several times I had to really step into my masculine energy to compensate the best I could for a lack of father being around, because Black boys that do not have a father that are willing to go up to that school and get some straightening become a target. They're going to tell you that your boy's got ADHD, autism, this and the third, to put your kids in special education. There's a reason why before your kids take a standardized test, there's a reason why they make them fill out the information on what their gender is and what their race is. So when your children go to school and they go to do a standardized test, they will have bubbles they have to fill out, and it will say race, ethnicity. The school reminds your sons that they are Black boys before they take a test in order to kill their confidence. Okay. Where if you have an Asian girl, Asian girls are stereotypically smart and nerdy and bookworms. So before she take a test and she puts in Asian and female, she's reminded of her stereotype that she is expected to succeed. They remind Black boys every chance they get that they're a Black boy before it's time for them to perform, to discourage them, because they know that typically the stereotype for a Black boy is, jail, criminal. So I've had times where I had to go up to my son's school and act a damn fool. And I did that for a reason. Some people may not understood why I would go up there and show my behind, but I knew I had to, because I knew that when Black boys have their father come up there and do that, the father represents a consequence. That's why boys that have their father present get more respect. So I knew I had to bring consequential energy. Where if you try it with this one, I am coming up here like Hurricane 6. And it worked because we never had no problems. Okay. And then my son would get to the point, he'll be like, let me not even tell my mom certain things because she crazy. Absolutely. And sometimes you got to do that as a woman. You got to find your best. Being a single mother is nothing but trying to mimic and copycat having a man in the home your entire, motherhood experience. Okay. And the ironic part about it is no matter what, it's going to still do it. On a side note, how the hell is my camera battery still on? How did my camera battery not die? And the battery is still full. I wonder how this is happening. Is it charging while it's plugged into my laptop? I've been on here for 2.5 hours. How is my battery not draining? This is great. I don't know how this is happening, but wow, that's cool. Okay, it's like it knew, like this is important. And I'm saying this as a single mother where, throughout my single motherhood, I've always, been good looking. To be honest, I've never dated a man that felt like, oh, you have a kid, I can't do it. But that's also why I waited to date until my kid got older. Because if you're trying to date when your child is younger, a man want to take you out. He want to see you like, oh, I ain't got no babysitter. Oh, my child, I got to go change a diaper. Oh, I got to do this. And most men don't want to deal with that. So, if you ugly, it's for sure going to be even harder. Lord, don't do it. USB charge? You think so? But see, it's never done this before. Normally, even if it's plugged into the laptop, it's still get ready to die. I don't know. Jacqueline says, advice for dating a guy with a kid. Yes. If you're dating a guy with a kid, the first thing you need to say to him is, I want to have a conversation with your child's mother. Okay. Start there. Women need to have more honor amongst each other. And number one, if you are not his wife, you need to stay out of him and his baby mama business. You don't know what they've been through together. You don't know what he's done, what she done. I see too many women get with a man. He tell them the same story. My baby mama is bitter. She mad. I don't want to be with her. XYZ. Okay. And the woman just go for it. No, girl, you need to talk to the mother of his children. If you're going to be with that man and be around his children, you need to be able to look the mother in the face, look her in the eyes, and be like, hey, my name is Jacqueline. I'm dating your son's father. I want you to know I may be around your children at some time. This is my name. It's what I do for a living. Look her in her eye, woman to woman. If you cannot do that, do not date him. If he does not want you to talk to the baby mama, if the baby mama does not want to talk to you, don't do it. Because you got to think about the best case scenario. Best case scenario is you and him hit it off, get married, and have a child. Now, your children have an estranged relationship with their siblings before they were even born. Okay? If she cannot have a conversation with you, woman to woman, on some mature adult, their children are a little older. They've had time to work out the kinks, the jealousy, the attack on their manhood and womanhood. If they have not had time to go through that, don't step in there and interfere. Because if they do so choose to reconcile, that is within their business to do that, and there are children's lives at stake. A lot of women make the mistake. You get with a man when them kids is too young. They have not had time to work out their relationship yet. A man should always have space to work things out with the woman he has a child with if he so choose. So I don't suggest you date men with small children either. Every time a man is not in the house with his children, he failed, period. My daddy told me every man know when he about to nut. Don't ever let them lie. My daddy said they always know. When men accidentally get a woman pregnant, there's no such thing. They always know when they're about to climax. They know. Okay? So if a man has children and he is not in the home with his children, he failed as a man, period. So if he failed as a man, you better vet the situation before you be the next one that he fails. Talk to the mother. Trust your instinct. You will know if this man really did right by her and she just is crazy and evil. You'll know if it's that versus if he just is a failure and he looking to change the person and change the woman instead of changing himself. You need to know, yes, my dad told me that we have a very weird relationship. Don't worry about it. Okay, we have a friendship kind of relationship. We talk about things I think a lot of y'all would think is weird, but we do. He told me that. He said, yeah, they always know. He said, so don't ever let a man be like, oh, my bad, I ain't know, nigga, you knew. Okay, so every man know he's gonna ejaculate. Every man no woman can rape no man and get his sperm. He gave it willingly. So if he not in the house, he failed. And if he failed her, don't just line up for him to fail you too. Okay. Next thing you need to know is what his finances are. Okay. I tell a lot of women, you cannot afford to leave a man because the truth is you just don't look good enough. You're not in shape enough. You're broke. You're damaged. You're traumatized. Some women cannot afford physically to get a new man. You got all them kids. You got too much baggage. You weird. You struggling. Baby, you ain't got it like that to go find no new man. So some women need to stay where they at because you cannot afford a new one. Some men cannot afford a new woman, like literally, like financially. So if you get with a man with children, too many times what ends up happening, the man do not get with a man who is behind on child support, period. If a man, I use the example of when I tried to change my Wi-Fi provider, okay? I had Comcast. I wanted to switch to AT&T. I was so pissed off at Comcast. So I call AT&T. I go online. I'm online trying to set up new service. Baby, I put my social security number, all that stuff in. Do you know AT&T came back to me and said, hey, when you clear your bill with Xfinity and when you give them back their equipment, then you can start Wi-Fi service with us. Do you know they would not give me Wi-Fi unless I paid my cancellation fees with Xfinity and unless I gave them all their equipment back? Women need to do this with men with children. How the fuck he owe another woman thousands of dollars and you get with him? You are less than a woman if a man owes child support for one child, but you laying up with him, getting ready to have him make another one. You are less than a woman if the mother of a man's child is over there struggling, begging him for XYZ, but you're allowing him to spend money on you, going out to eat, going on vacation. If the nigga cannot afford a new bitch, you don't get with him, period. He behind on child support, don't get with him. Even I know y'all whores gonna still do it because y'all ain't shit. Y'all gonna still do it. I'm not talking about you, Jacqueline. I'm speaking in general. A lot of y'all hoes ain't shit and y'all don't care about that. You don't give a damn what he owed the last woman. Y'all will still open your little funky ass legs for these men that owe another woman money. Imagine if more women did that. Oh, you behind on child support? Oh, I'm not dating you. If he is not able to 100% be there financially for his children, you ain't shit as a woman if you lay up taking any money out them kids' mouth. So many men got all these kids and they be trying to move on. Nigga, you can't afford to move on. The only way you can afford to move on is if you do what? Begin to neglect the children you already have. Do you know how many women right now are laid up with a man who behind on child support? How many women right now out there laid up living their best life with a man who owe another woman money still? Okay, so you ain't shit. Shell say sometimes we don't know that. Guess what? Child support is public record. Did y'all know that? Child support is public record. Google these niggas. Stop saying y'all don't know because y'all ain't shit and y'all are horny ass whores and you're just looking to get some sex and you don't give a fuck about what the truth is about this man. Child support is public record. Okay? Stop fucking these niggas so fast. You don't know shit about this man. Talking about you ain't know. Girl, please stop. Google it. Clerk of the court is your best friend. Put in his name and birth date. And it'll show you how far behind that nigga is. Y'all can look through a nigga phone to find out if he fuck another bitch, but y'all can't look on the clerk of the court to find out if he owed child support for his kids. Make it make sense. That's why I say y'all slow. A lot of y'all are slow. Number two, why the fuck are you around this woman kids and you ain't talked to her? Talk about you ain't know. Did y'all even have an objective conversation with the mother of his kids? Or did you just want some dick so bad you believe the typical she bitter because I'm not with her baby mama story? Did you not have the common sense that if a man has a problem with you talking to the mother of his children, he's probably hiding something? Because let me tell y'all something right now. Let's say you get with a man and he owed child support. Let's say you get with a man and even after you're married, let's say he has a baby with another woman. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show this to y'all. Let me show y'all this. Oh, did I save that? I'm going to show y'all what dating a man with kids look like. I've been told y'all when a man is dating a woman with kids, most of the time that means that another man's money is going to be coming into his house, via her. However, when you date a man with children, that means that 20 to 30% of his income that he brings into the house is leaving the home to another woman's place. Here it goes. This it?
Specifically when it comes.
Hold on.
Miss Lipscomb, when you had the baby.
Okay, I'm finna, hold on. I want to show y'all this real quick. Oh, you know what? No, because they might copyright it. I'm going to let you all listen to this, okay? And I want you ladies to listen to this because I'm glad we're having a conversation on what it's like dating men with children. The probability, now it does go both ways. Let's say a man is married and his woman get pregnant by another man. Technically, her husband can be held accountable for the child support. However, that rarely happens. Hold on. However, it is actually very common for a man to be married and father an outside child. This is a woman who was married and her husband ended up fathering a child outside the marriage. And do you know that that woman went down there? This woman was in the military or something. Do you know that woman went down there and put her kids on his wife's insurance because she was married to him? Ladies, I want you to understand this. If you get with a man, and he owes child support, when you marry him, guess what's going to happen? The mother of his child is going to petition the court to get your child support order reviewed. And guess what they're going to do? Count your income. So guess what? Do you know how many married women are paying their husband's child support? This is what a lot of women won't tell you about. Do you know how common it is for women to have to help their man pay child support because they married him and now the court brings her income into the equation? So of course the man cannot afford it on his own. So do you know how many women are having their paycheck go to their husband, baby mama? So in this instance, this woman is in the military. Her husband fathered a child with another woman. Do you know the mistress went down there and got her bastard kids put on the wife's health insurance? The wife is now paying the health insurance for her husband's bastard children. Let me show y'all this. This is a long video. Let me see. I'm trying to fast forward. Here we go. Okay, I'm finna show you. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all. Okay, this is dating a man with children. No, never date no man with kids unless you know this man is not going to do something stupid like make some more, and make sure that he is not behind on child support. I'm just going to show y'all what these people look like, and then I'm going to take the visual off because I don't need no strike. I'm going to play like 2 seconds, and I'm going to take it off. We're going to just listen to it.
At the hospital, did he cut the cord?
He didn't cut the cord, but he was there.
So he did come for the birth?
Yes.
And Mr. Jackson, did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes.
You did?
Can y'all hear? Y'all, let me know y'all can hear because I took it off the screen. I want to make sure y'all can still hear it. Do y'all hear it? Let me know y'all can hear it before I get started. Yes? Okay. Hold on. I want y'all to see what the baby daddy look like. This is a mess. So many women are in this situation.
You did.
So if it's not his child, why would he sign?
Miss Lipscomb, when you had the baby, was he at the hospital? Did he cut the cord?
He didn't cut the cord, but he was there.
So he did come for the birth?
Yes.
And Mr. Jackson, did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes.
You did.
So if it's not his child, why would he sign the birth certificate? Even more to speak on her
Mr.
behalf.
Jackson, you've acknowledged paternity.
Yes.
Your Honor, that's why the baby was placed on my benefits.
This is
my
what she keeps saying, that the baby is placed on her benefits.
Your Honor,
the baby is what?
Anything for my
placed on my
child.
benefits, Your Honor. I also have proof of that, Your Honor.
Let me see that paper.
He automatically claimed all legal and financial responsibilities to that child because he is deemed as my dependent on my military benefits, at which time that child becomes my dependent as well on my benefits.
They have not paid for anything for my child. My child still have a $25,500 and some hospital bill from the hospital. So if my child is on your benefits, why haven't they paid that?
So you
why
don't
haven't I received anything
your
from
child
you?
is on her benefits?
No, I just believe she wants to know if this is his child so she can divorce him. Don't use my child as a crutch. If you want to divorce him, divorce him. Don't use my child as a crutch. This woman is delusional. The whole time I was pregnant,
I'm delusional when I'm married and you're pregnant with my husband.
She's been pregnant 4 times since I have had my daughter.
Your Honor, what she's
right here,
not telling you that I'm pregnant now. That's the part that she hadn't admitted.
I told you every time.
Hold on.
All right, we're gonna just Anyway, so y'all, according to number one killer, Killa. Okay. According to number one killer, I'm sorry, killer with an A man with children is more valuable than a woman with children. Okay, y'all. Y'all, please give a round of applause to number one killer. For his 50, 100 emojis, because he's the only one clapping for his own comment. So everybody, please, clap for number one killer. Because with the video we just saw, we definitely saw how valuable that man with children was, and being married to him and having to pay for health insurance for his children. And that you marry a man and he's behind on child support. So before you know it, they're coming after your income. Okay, I'll be real with y'all. When it comes to coming after my money, I am not playing them games at all. A woman in pregnancy is always going to equal, she getting money from him. If you see that video and still think that somebody is more valuable than the other that have children, if that's what you got from it, then hey. Number one killer, do your thing, killer, buddy, old pal. All right. So yes, if you date a man with children, clerkofthecourt.com going to be your best friend. Look up his child support order. Find out how much he is in arrears. Stop laying up with these men. The other baby mama ain't even getting what she want, but you laid up with him. It's not giving. Okay. Woo! Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, men are making $40,000 a year, 20-30% of their income going to child support. Yeah, good luck. Number one killer said, because a lot of women still choose a dude children. It's happened every day. And number one killer, you're right. That's why I'm having this conversation about how, bitches ain't shit. That's the whole point of this conversation. You're right. Why do women sit and still lay up with men when they have kids and they baby mama money? That's why we're having this conversation. The Garden of Worth say, not trying to end up like Mary J. Blige. Honey, I'm weak. I cannot. So, in all seriousness, I was glad to have this conversation. I think it needed to be said. Like, I will continue to stand on being a single mom is pretty much the worst thing that you can do. It's the worst thing for you, for your children. It's that and the third. Very ghetto, do not recommend. I want to see more women be more honest about this. I want to see more women just have a healthier mindset behind their reality here. Is not a joke. So I hope that you all understand what's going on. Get y'all some alpha juice. Use my code SIXGOD for $5 off. Ladies, if you like today's makeup look, make sure you join my Patreon. My Patreon is a super dope community of other women that are solution oriented. Honey, we share all the beauty tips and tricks. We look good in the Patreon. Join the Patreon, subscribe to the channel. We just hit 50,000 subscribers and I am so freaking excited about that. So we're so excited about that. So please subscribe to the channel. When the stream is over, please leave a comment with your thoughts on today's subject. I want to hear from you. Like the video, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, on the next one.